You are. I hit the button.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Hit the button. It is going.
Right,
I don't see the counter yet. Hello, guys. Hello, hello.
Hello, internet world.
Internet world. Ooh, we have a new winner for first in the chat tonight. I'm already seeing that.
All right.
Wow, that's exciting. Hello, everyone. Can you see us? I'm going to refresh my phone here.
Hello, everybody.
There we are. I see us. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Yes.
Happy October 2nd.
Oh my God.
So weird saying October.
Christmas is going to be here and gone before we know
it. It is. Well, that just means since we're in October, that means November is that much closer.
Yeah.
And we have the Midwest Holiday Show to look forward to, and the Christmas Marathon. That's coming in November. Yes. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that soon. Once we get some details worked out, and who will be joining us, we will let you guys know when that is going to be taking place. But it is coming.
It is. It is.
Is this the third annual? Third?
Yep. Okay. Third time's a charm.
I had to think about it. Okay. All right. It's going to be good. Could be good. All right. Stay tuned for that, and we'll talk about it when we get a little bit closer and once we have some details finalized on that. Just, get your palettes wet for Christmas.
It's going to be some good sellers and some good vintage Christmas.
Absolutely. All right. So welcome in, everyone. Happy Thursday. We will talk about how the sale is going to work tonight, of course, after we say hello to all of our friends in the chat. And we do have a couple things that we're going to talk about, little schedule change things and some special things coming up. So we're going to talk about that as well. And I did notice that we got some new photos coming into the email. So I appreciate you guys so much sending in some more photos to share because I ran out. So community share will start back up next week. I'll start it back up next week since I have some things to work with. So thank you guys for emailing some photos in. All right, we're going to go through the chat tonight. So if you would like a shout out, don't forget to type your hellos down into the chat. And I already know at 2:26 p.m. That's really early. That's really early, but it's not William. No, it's not. It's Karen.
Karen G beat Willie.
Karen's first in the chat. I knew that because I put in our email pin comment at 5 o'clock or close to 6, I guess. And yeah, Karen was already sitting in there. So William is next on the list. And round out top 3 tonight is Dusty Moose. Moose. Welcome in, Dusty. And I see Gavin's here with us tonight. Oh, he's working from work. That's no problem.
Shh, we'll be very quiet, Gavin.
We won't tell anybody, Gavin.
No.
Nikki Moss. Hey,
Nikki.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Joe is with us tonight. Hi, Joe.
Good to see you, sir.
Kim is with us. Kim's going to be helping out in the chat tonight. And I did forget to mention that Karen is going to be bid ending for us tonight. So thank you both in advance for all of your help, as always. Carrie is with us. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Good evening to you. There is Mama Pam.
I'm good to see you, Pam. It's good. I cannot wait to see Pam in just a few weeks. I can't wait to see you in a few weeks.
I know that's not very far away.
It's
no. The first weekend in November is the Midwest Holiday Antique Show. That is coming really quickly. Seems like it was just May. Like we were just there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where does the time go? I don't know.
Too fast.
Paula is with us tonight. Hi, Paula. I'm sorry it's still hot in Texas. It's still hot up in Michigan, so
yeah, it is in PA too. It's
not quite fall yet. Not quite. There's Jason's mom. Hi,
hello,
Linda.
Mom. I love you. Good to see you, Mom.
Brooke's with us tonight.
Hello,
hi, Brooke.
Brooke. Hello.
Welcome. Sharon Spencer's here. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you tonight. Miss Tina is here. Hi, Tina. I got to see Tina at Elkhorn. We had a full table for cheese curd time at Elkhorn. We barely fit us all, but it was fun to visit. Tina was there, and Wendy and Tina and her husband, I should say, were both there. Miss Wendy was there, and Janine and her husband where they're all eating cheese curds. So it was a good time.
I just wish somebody would pocket some curds and just send them to me. Just pocket some curds and send them to me.
Yeah, I don't know if we can figure out how to keep them fresh.
Right.
That's the problem.
Someday I'll get them in
and they
person.
never last. It's a
Right.
tiny little tray. It's like this
Right.
big.
Oh, we'd have to get 2 or 3 trays. There's just no.
Yeah, you got to. Sandy B is here. Hey,
Hi,
Sandy. Or you guys just need to come to Elkhorn. That would be what you do.
Someday. We will someday.
Melanie's here with us tonight. Melanie, did you change your picture again?
She's had this one for a little while. She's had this one for a little,
I'm
for
not
a little while.
remembering this one, I guess. Okay, scrolly scroll. I see everybody already said hello to. Scrolly scroll. Retro D is here. Hello, hello.
Hello, good to see you.
Laura Circle 7 is here with us
Laura,
tonight.
good to see you.
Cindy Lou, hello, hello. I've heard a few times, Jason.
She's thrifted treasures. Okay.
I knew that you were going to ask me that, so I already had a prepared answer. Judy's here with us. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. There's Janine. Hello, Janine.
Hello.
Heather Gibbs is here. Hi, Heather. Miss Shannon Ferrara. Hi, Shannon.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Miss KB. Hey, lady. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm trying to go through these as quickly as possible. Tina's here in the chat with us. Hi, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Tracy wants me. I got to hear Tina moments ago, but I didn't get to see Tina.
Tracy says she wants me to send some pocket shoe fly pie. I would gladly ship shoe fly pie if I was getting cheese curds in return. That would be an all right deal for me.
And then you got to hope both of them survive in the mail.
This is true. This is true.
Tracy's here.
Hi, Tracy.
Let's see. Laura's here with us tonight. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. We'll get to see you soon, too, at the Midwest holiday.
Yes. Okay. Everybody's just really chatty in the chat tonight. That's about all. Perry just popped in the bottom of the chat. Hi, Perry. Need to ship overnight with ice packs. That would be quite the ordeal. You'd have to use dry ice.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what those food, the mail order food things do. They send like dry ice packs.
Right.
And they last a couple days, but I don't know. I don't know how they work. But
I'm sure you're right. They're better in person. So someday
they're much better fresh.
It's it's the air. I'm sure it's the environment that makes it even better.
Of Elkhorn. Yes. Yes. Okay. I have reached the bottom of the chat. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I was trying to get through there quickly. But thank you all for being here tonight. And hello, everyone in the Lurkers Lounge. If you're watching tonight, I do not know what the snacks are this evening. I know last night, since it was Halloween-y, it was popcorn balls and apple cider. But I don't know. Maybe it's some apple fritters, some fallish kind of. Maybe some fondue. Cheese is always good when it's involved, so maybe that is. But welcome, lurkers. Welcome. All right, and if anybody has questions as we go along, don't hesitate to ask down in the chat, and we'll try our best to answer those. And so we're going to go through how the sale is going to work tonight. Most of you are familiar with this, but in case we have some new friends joining us tonight, we'll go over that briefly. So slides are coming now. Make sure you're in the best version of the chat. Make sure you're in live chat all messages and not top chat. If you're in top chat, it may filter out some of the comments in the chat. You might miss a bid, that sort of thing. So just make sure you're always in live chat all messages. And we encourage you to refresh YouTube as often as you can to help combat the lag that we experience here on YouTube. Unfortunately, we can't make that go away. But if you tap in the upper right-hand corner where my kitty just appeared, you can find a gear wheel icon and hit playback speed and 2 times. If you are lagging behind at all and you hit that gear wheel icon and the playback speed, we will sound funny until you're caught up with us again. Do that as often as possible, especially prior to putting in any kind of bids into the chat. That will help make sure you're at the most current point in the broadcast. We will be doing all auction ups. Jason does have a couple quick claims, he did tell me. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But for the most part, it's going to be offer up. So we'll give you a starting price. I will pin it up here on the screen. We will give you any kind of information that we know about the item and measurements, and know if there's any kind of issues. So if there's any damage or repairs, chips, that sort of thing, we'll make sure to know all that to you live here on the screen. If you're interested in bidding on anything tonight, all you have to do is type your bids down into the chat, and I will highlight them as I see them come into StreamYard. So they're up here on the screen so everyone can see. And we'll do a 20-second countdown. We do encourage you to put in bids early if it is something that you're interested, so that we know that there's some interest on the item rather than waiting till the last second. If you wait too long during the countdown, the lag will get you and you will come in after the bid ends. So make sure to bid early if it's something that you're really interested in. And the highest bid that we see on our end come into StreamYard before Karen G's official bid end will be the winner. We are also doing just in cases tonight. So all that we ask is that you have at least one straight bid on the current item that we're showing to use a just in case. And you can type in the max amount that you're willing to pay plus the letters JIC into the chat during the countdown only. That's your just in case bid. And if your just in case is the highest before Karen's bid end, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. But do keep in mind, if there's multiple just in cases put into the chat during the countdown, then those do turn into regular bids. And if you win an item tonight, we do need some information from you. We need you to email us, and I will show our emails briefly after this slide. So we do need an email with your YouTube screen name, your real name if it's different from your screen name, your full shipping address, and an email that we can send your PayPal invoice to. If you don't have a PayPal account, that is okay. You can still shop with us. Just let us know when you send all the information that you'd like to check out as a guest. When we send our invoices out, we can send you a direct link to that invoice, and then you can check out with any debit or credit card. Super easy. And then when we do send our invoices out, keep in mind that payment is due within 24 to 48 hours of receiving that invoice. So important for brand new buyers for this slide. Definitely we need you to email us ASAP if you win something, or if it's been a long time since you have shopped with us. It's always good to just send it again just in case. Okay, so our emails are up here on the screen right now. You can also find down in the description of the video. I've also pinned them in a comment at the very top of the chat. And I know Kim and Karen do a great job putting them into the chat throughout the broadcast as well. So pretty easy to find that information. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is shipping. So shipping is not included in the winning bid price. That is additional. But we do both use Pirate Ship to get the discounted shipping rates versus retail from the post office. So we get a deep discount on the shipping. We pass that right on to you guys. And then that's why we need your full shipping address to calculate your shipping. It's based on where you live in relation to us, and then the weight and size of your package. We do have shipping available to anywhere in the US and Australia if Philomena decides to pop in. But unfortunately, right now we have no shipping to Canada due to another postal strike they have going on, which is pretty sad and unfortunate. We can't ship to Canada, friends, right now. Hopefully they will get that cleared up sooner rather than later. And then we can bring it back. And I'll let Jason talk about that last point. We'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing this week, and we'll get into the show.
If you purchase from me tonight, I offer free pickup at my brick and mortar. I own a shop, Mother Tucker's Antiques. We're located in Ephrata, PA. We're part of Adamstown, Pennsylvania. We're just outside of Lancaster. So if you guys are in the area or you're coming to the area and you want to save on shipping and you want to pick it up directly at the shop, you can do that. Just email us. Let us know that. We'll invoice you for said item or items. And then once the invoice is paid, we'll communicate on when and how you want to pick it up. We can hold things for a timely manner. And let's always please communicate via email about picking up things. That way nothing gets lost. Because if you do it in the chat moves quickly. Different sometimes on our end, and I wouldn't want to miss any important information. So we'll just keep that in the emails. And as always, Amy, thank you so much.
All right. I do ship out of Michigan, and I'm going to be doing my invoicing tomorrow. I did have a sale last night with Miss Ariana from the Withering Cottage. So if you purchase anything last night for me, I'm happy to combine ship as long as it's safe to do so if you get anything else tonight. But I will always email you when your invoice is out there so that you know where to look for it. or when to look for it. So at some point tomorrow for me.
Okay, and I ship out of Pennsylvania, like I had just said. Invoices for us will start to roll out on Saturday into the afternoon and evening because I do all of my packaging and shipping on Saturdays. A quick little caveat for me when it comes to Tina, she says to look. She probably is still going to be doing her Whatnot sale this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, but in the event she changes it, if you're following her over there at Mother Tucker's Tina, you'll know when she moves her sale, because we got some weird weeks coming up here. So there will be some changes to some schedules.
Do you want to talk about next weekend?
Please, if I could, really quick.
Sure,
Really
absolutely.
quick. Yep. Next week, we are participating at an in-person vintage show or vintage festival. We have filmed there before, so if you're subscribed to our channel, you've seen some videos.
It looks like a cool market. I would like to go to it sometime.
I have to say this is one of the most premier markets in the area. It's called the Vintage Revival Market. I think they're nearing in on a decade of doing this. They do it a couple times a year. They actually have a Christmas one coming up at the end of the year. So please follow them. It's the same name over on Facebook and on Instagram. But we will be vending in person. So come out and see us. We will be there selling. Of course, it shows that they're open on Friday night. That is a $3 entry. Let me tell you guys, that's the best $3 you'll spend because you get to see all the things before they open to the general public the next day. So that's always a fun event at night. So you can come in. It's just $3. But if you don't want to pay it, then you can come in for free on Saturday, the 11th, and hang out with us 10 to 4. There will be food trucks. There will be entertainment. There will be handmaids and vintage-inspired handmaids. And there will be also tons of antiques and collectibles. So it's a really, really good time.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Hopefully we'll get to come to that at some point in time. Next time in Pennsylvania, I'll try and go to they have one. Was it in May? I feel like it was.
Well, it kind of depends when they can get the facility. It's actually in, if you guys know, like an outlet mall, what it looks like, there's some vacant ones. This one was a former Crate and Barrel. So they're very large facilities. And it depends when those empty suites are available. And I'm hoping I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live on Instagram and or on YouTube Friday or Saturday. I'm not too sure. So please, I'm going to bring you guys along as long as the internet's okay. So we're going to do something fun. Yeah. Do something fun live. So be a good time.
Okay. All right. You ready to go?
Let's go, Amy. Let's go.
All right. The only other thing I was going to mention before we get started, next week we do have a schedule change because of the market that Jason and Tina are doing. So we will not be on Thursday next week. We will be on Wednesday. Yes. Wednesday next week at our normal time at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I will get that broadcast up this weekend so you can set reminder notifications, because I know every time we switch to a weird day, it's always good to just set a reminder notification if they work. Sometimes the YouTube things don't work, but you can try it. Anyway, so yes, we'll be on next Wednesday instead of Thursday next week.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get the screen set up, and Jason's gonna make me go first.
Please.
And I do have some. Well, I think both of us have a little bit of Halloween tonight. I don't have like all Halloween, but I do have some things that would work for it. I'm gonna start off with a choice round, and these are some semi-handmade, if you will, things. Maybe you guys saw my little short or my reel on Instagram where I made these. I searched 4 different states for some antique cabinet cards, and they got to have a look for me to turn into Witchy sisters. But this is the choice, and these are the larger ones with 3 sisters. I love to find these, and they're not easy to find with 3 women in them. It's usually a mixture of men and women that are in these. So, and I really liked both of these. So that's why I'm bringing them as a choice tonight. So I'm going to show you each one up close. So this one I'm calling brown because the matting on it is it's more sepia toned. This background here is what I'm talking about. So I'll try and get in real close so we can see all the cool details on this photo. So I have made the witches' hats and given them some shadows to give them a little bit of dimension. So those are permanent on there. And I love these. I love what they're wearing. They all have different dresses on, and they all have like little collar brooches things going on. She's got a really fancy button down here. I really liked this one. This one doesn't have any dating or anything on the back, but the other one does. So this one I'm calling brown, and this one measures 8 by 6. 8 by 6 on this one. So you can, you can put it in a frame if you want to, or a photo holder as well. So Pam, I see you. Thank you so much. This one here, I'm calling gray because the background on this one is a little bit more gray, but this one does have some names on the back. Pauline, Marguerite, and Eliza. So that is all of the names represented on the back. Also, I really liked these 3 ladies, and I loved this kind of black frame that surrounds them on the back.
Smirks. Look at the 2 in the front, the way they're kind of not smiling, but they're kind of smirking a bit.
She's over it. She's over
like,
it. But look at the little, can you see the little heart?
Oh, yeah.
Brooch she has around her neck. I just really like the clothing and looking at the accessories and all that stuff. So this one's a touch smaller than the other one. This one is 7 3/4 by 6. So I'll hold them up together so you can see the brown one is just a little bit bigger, but not by much. But those are the 2 that I brought tonight. I do have a few more to bring maybe next week, but these are the 2 that I brought tonight. So I see they are definitely up to something. All of them are. Sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I saw Miss Pam was in there at 16, so we're looking for 17 or more on choice, and I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And I can tell you one of these came from Ohio and one of these came from Wisconsin.
I love the black border on that one.
I do too. They're fun to make. All right. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Pam, let me know if you want brown. This one's the brown one and this is the gray one. Brown or gray. And if Pam doesn't take both, I'll bring the other one back.
She wants them both, Amy.
Wants them both. You got it, Pam. Thank you so much. Pam, you got to let me know what you do with those. I want to see.
All right. It'll be a choice round, Amy. It'll start at $14 choice. Tina did allow me to bring some of her jewelry tonight, so we'll see how I do. This time of the year, it's fun to have these spooky spider style brooches or pins. And this one we're going to call black because the metal is painted black. There are no rhinestones that are missing, but you can see that they're more clear rhinestones on the body. And then it's like the Aurora Borealis style out there on the legs of the spider. I do believe these are probably 1980s. I think they're both maybe 1980s. Maybe the next one I show you might be a tick older by a decade, but they definitely fall into vintage. So they're made of metal, and then they have all those little rhinestones in there. So there's what the back looks like, the closure on it. So these are fun. You can decorate with these. You can actually wear these, or just like I said, put them in your display and decorate with them. He is about 2 inches. So he is about 2 inches. And there you can see the glistening of the rhinestones. Let's hold it by the pin there. By the Aurora Borealis. So that his eyes are that. And then he has that on each one of his little legs. But then it's all clear stones on the belly. So that's going to be your first one to choose from. And again, I think these are probably 1980s. And this next one here, I think is just we think is a little bit older. Before we get into it, Tina was giving these a look before we started the sale. This one has a newer closure on it. Probably somebody loved it so much that the original closure broke off, and you can sort of see that. You can kind of see the solder mark right here by my finger. So you can kind of see where they soldered on a new back, okay? But this one's really neat. And this one we're going to call silver because this one is a silver back with a whole bunch of the black rhinestones.
These are the only kind of spiders I like.
Agreed, Amy. Agreed, Amy. And this one here, you can see the legs are sort of tighter together on it than the first one that I showed you. but there's no breaking, to the spider itself. And I have to tell you that to find these rhinestone spiders, you don't just see them anywhere. The bugs seem to be either the first things that sell, or they just don't make it out there. So it took me a little bit to find you two good spiders to offer up for spooky season. And this one also measures 2 inches. So this one also measures 2 inches, and none of them are missing. So you can see sort of in the legs, the stones have more of a metallic feel to them. And you can see where the silver from the legs sort of give it a lighter black look. But then the body is painted black, which then really makes those little black rhinestones pop. So neither one are signed. Neither one of them are signed. So they're definitely costume jewelry. 14 if anyone's interested. And again, this one, the closure works just fine. It's just that you can tell that this is a newer closure for an older style brooch. And I'm not really getting in to show you where we believe that the pin back, let's call it, is soldered. So we believe it's soldered like right in that region right there. So $14 choice. This one, again, we're going to call silver. So that one's going to be silver. And let me move it around so you can see how it glistens, gives that spooky kind of look. Thank you so much, Pam. I see you're 14. And then this
They
one,
look great on a hat too.
You're right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, these are fun that you could actually, put them in your displays if you want to. With the pin back, you could hook them onto the side of a, like Amy has shown, other folks have shown, you can put on the side of a postcard. You could actually, do some fake webs in your display if you want to and hook this in there. You don't have to wear these, but then you have the option to wear them. So, and if you're not really into Halloween, but you're into spooky things, you could wear these all year round. You don't have to just wear them now. So here they are together. I just want you to see how they look next to each other. Like I said, the legs are more open on this one. This one's more tighter together. So I saw you at Big Paul at 14. We're looking for 15 or more. Let's start a countdown. And this one will be black. That one will be silver. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Looking for 15 or more. And you can do just in case if you're an active bidder. We're just waiting on that bid end from Karen G. And again, that one's going to be black and that one's going to be silver. Black or silver. And of course, you can take both because they both look a little different. Thank you, Dusty. I think they're beautiful too. And thank you guys for the sweet comments about them. I think they're really neat too. So
your first 14 was Miss Pam.
All right. So Pam, did you want the black one or the silver one? Or did you want both? I guess these would even make great gifts for somebody too with Halloween. They come trick-or-treating, somebody special. You can give them that instead of candy. All right, Pam, the black one is yours. Thank you so much. Congratulations. So the remaining one is the one with the tighter legs. So Big Paul, let me know, did you want the silver one? And that would be at 14. And if you do, just say yes. If you don't, I can bring it back for the recap. And I will hold it there one more second for the lag. And then I can watch.
Okay.
And I'll just wait to hear if they say yes or no. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Spider brooches all around. All right. I've got some black cat shakers for my next round. I did get some pieces of Shafford black cat. And I have one other piece tonight that I have never had before. I think I've only seen it one time. I do have the Shafford black cat cookie jar coming a little bit later. But we're going to have the shakers. And these I found at the same time I got the cookie jar at Elkhorn over the weekend. I love these. And these brought some memories back for Mama Pam as well, because her grandma collected the Shafford black cats. So these do date to the 50s. And there's no chipping on the shakers, but there is a little bit of paint scratching in the cold paint. So the red for the bows and the ears, and then the green for the eyes, that is all cold paint, but the black is all fired on. So there is some paint scratching, some paint wear, if you will, probably just from using the shakers would be my guess. So pretty good on this one here. And I like that they molded them just a little bit different. This one just has its head kind of cocked to the side, and this one's really nice and straight. And then this one here, probably the worst part is on the bow, the little bow tie hanging down, but the rest of it is pretty good. Okay, so there we go. Now these are both Shafford redware, but neither one of them have the stopper left. All right, so there's no corks left in these, but I do know, and Mama Pam has been buying lots of salt and pepper shakers as of recently, and she has gotten some replacement corks, like big, huge bundles of replacement corks on Amazon, pretty cheaply. So if you did want to actually use these, it's pretty easy to find replacement corks. This one does have the 2-hole, and the one with the Attitude has 3. So again, no chips or anything like that. They do measure 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. Meow meow, perfect for Halloween time, but I like black cats year round anyways. All right, let's count them down. I see Perry's in at 18. Thank you so much. We are looking for 19 or more. I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And Big Paw does want your other spider.
You got it. Thank you so much, guys.
She's wrestling a Great Dane, so that's okay. That's a good reason to not answer right away.
Got it.
All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Perry, congratulations. Meow meow. They are coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right. $18, Amy. $18. And I have a sweet little pixie friend that I got this weekend at the extravaganza. And I thought maybe our friends would like him. I have never had one of these baby blue ones. I know Amy's had a few recently here with some different colors. I think the rarest color I had outside of the traditional red and things was a yellow one once. So I thought this cute little guy here would be great for all year. He likes to kick. He likes to stretch.
He's 50.
He's definitely 50, considering that he was made in Japan. And you can see that he is stamped Japan in red on the bottom. And all of his cold paint is in remarkable condition. There's no breaking, to the legs or anything. And like I was saying, I've never found one of these fun blue ones. So these are on the little smaller scale. They're sort of made of like a heavier porcelain. They're still like ceramic, but they're made of a heavier porcelain. You could actually tuck this little guy. It's like a chair yoga. You're right. Definitely like a chair yoga. You could definitely use this at Christmas time because it looks to me like they actually have some faux like holly painted back here. They do kind of
look like holly leaves. Usually they're little flowers.
Agreed. You can definitely get away with this guy all year and then in a non-traditional Christmas. So there's his cute little face. He's kind of like, he's got his mouth open, super cute eyelashes. Like I said, the no chips or cracks. The cold paint is remarkable, even back here on the back. So he measures. Let me get my measurements here. He is a little nugget here. So Timmy, good to see you. I see you're 18. He's about 3 inches tall. He or she is about 3 inches tall and about 2 inches wide. So, and he is on this great like wingback sort of chair, almost Victorian looking kind of chair. No breaks to that. The gold enameled paint is like new, and there's really not even any crazing on him whatsoever. So let me get in here if the camera wants to focus. Even the red paint around the mouth is there, and then he's got these cute little rosy cheeks. So I see Wanda in at 20. Thank you so much. Timmy's back in at 22. So we're looking for 23 or more. And let's go ahead and count this little guy down. We're looking for 23, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And again, that's a very, very Mother Tucker style blue that this little pixie guy is right there. You can see his little hand right here. No chips to the ears. And again, the cold paint's just phenomenal. So there is our bid end. Thank you so much, Karen G. I don't have it up on my phone. My phone closed out for some reason, but it looks like right before the bid end, Timmy had a just in case. So that goes to Timmy
For 22.
for 22. So Timmy comes
Then
to you.
here, just in case, Wanda, yours did come in after the bid end. I've
Gotcha.
seen that on both ways. Yep.
All right. Thank you so
Don't
much.
forget to refresh, you guys. Don't forget to refresh. I just saw Timmy hours ago. Just hours ago, I saw Timmy. Okay. This is very cool. I love these antique signature books. They're just something I'm very fond of them, but I've never found a baby one. Look how tiny
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
It's so cute. And I really love the cover of this. It's very, I don't know, it gives me kind of spooky vibes, just the way that like the coloring is on it. And I will tell you, it is full. It is completely full. And I just had never seen one this tiny. Now I will say at the back cover, so here's the back and here's the binding. Okay, so there's obvious wear to it, but there is some separation at the back. So the back cover, like it should be like attached right here. So that is, but no loose pages. The pages are still in there, really nice. It's just that back cover. The front cover is attached. Okay. But it is completely full of signatures and inscriptions and everything in there. I really like that bird that is on here. Before we get into it, I'm not going to show everything in here, obviously, but the earliest dates I could find in here were 1888, 1889, 1890, and 1891 for the latest one. Okay, so the 4-year spans of signatures and things that are in here. It measures 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. It's so cute. It could probably even fit on like a printer's tray, like shelf, like just the tiniest thing. And it was presented to Ada from Aunt Schroyer as a Christmas present. So it's Ada's book. And so they're all addressed to Ada in here. And I just love to look at the handwriting in there, and they didn't have a whole lot of room to write in here. I did not see, because sometimes these have German scrap or little calling cards. They're not much bigger than a calling card. The pages actually in here. So there's no like extra little ephemera bits in here in this one that I could find. Sometimes they do have that, but this one did not. So Dust and Moose, I see you. Thank you so much. I was going to try and find one that I could read. Sometimes I can't read these. Wherever you may chance to be, always kindly remember me, your sister Lily. You have pretty good handwriting. I don't know. I can't tell if she was younger or older.
And what date's on that one?
February 19th, 1889.
Okay.
February 18th, 1889. I was going to find one more to read in here before we count it down. So there are just some that just have a signature. Remember the future, remember the past, remember the boy that kissed you last, Charlie.
Ooh, I wonder if Charlie's the one that kissed her last.
Maybe. That one does not have a date on it.
Okay.
That one's not dated. But I'll show you it does have signatures that go all the way to the back, even onto the flat of the back cover. Okay. So I love these. I don't know, just a little piece of history. So let's count it down. Looking for 17 or more on the little mini signature album. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
And each one of these is one of a kind. There's no other one like this in the world. That's what's so fun about these.
And just paper stuff in general that survived from 1889. That's crazy. All right. There is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Dusty, I saw you just in case, but you didn't need it, lady. It is coming to you. Thank you so much.
$14, Amy. $14, Amy. And I know we normally say this. We don't like to bring things that are broken or damaged, okay? But this is the way we found this guy. And I think if you like black cats, if you like crusty, rusty, you know, withering, I don't know, shabby chic, or things to use at Halloween, I think the way this little kitty cat has bumps and bruises is going to look really, really good in your Halloween display, okay? So we'll start with the ribbon. I believe at one time the ribbon may have been a brighter orange or it may have been a red, and it has now faded to orange. So that's pretty cool. This is a smash bank. So this is a little chalkware bank. There is no slot, so you would have had to have busted this open, you know, to get the money out of it. And there are some chips. There is some missing paint. But again, little kitty cat friend, if you're doing a spooky like display, if you had like a little cauldron, or maybe you had maybe a little spells book, or maybe you wanted to put a little hat on the kitty cat, I think you can't recreate this wear to our kitty cat friend. So on the bottom, there is a stamp. And this guy is made of chalkware. He's actually stamped on the back. See if I can show you guys where it is stamped on the back. Little kitty cat is actually made by a company called Alabaster Becker Company. Okay, this guy's not made of alabaster. He is made of chalkware. He is a long-haired kitty cat. I know a lot of times with Halloween black cats, they usually have more short hair cats, but this one's more long hair. You can see it does have its original paint on the eyes, whiskers. We have a little rub to some of the paint. We have a little chip there on the ear, but all of the other details are still intact. They actually gave little kitty cat friends some pink cold paint here on the paws. I did not even do a lot of cleaning up to this because, again, it's the look I was going for. I kind of wanted to look a little rusty, a little old, a little dusty, all those fun things, because I think that's the look I was going for this piece. I will show you again here on the bottom. It is a smash bank, so it has no slot, you know, it has no place for it to open to get the coins out. And it has its original sticker. It has its original felt, which I believe that's the color it was supposed to be, like a brown kind of color. And then it was stamped on the back. It looks like there was some sort of a chip thing going on here. So there's a little bit of like old glue on it. Again, I think that's a fun aesthetic to it. You can see that we have spots here where there is some paint that has flaked off. And the only quote chip is right here on the ear. Okay. Outside of that chip, if you wanted the cat to look better, all you'd have to do is get some flat black, maybe, and touch it up. But again, I like when Tina brought this home from the estate the other week, I said, got to get that out right before Halloween. This still has a Halloween feel, and it is something you could use. Put a little witch's cap on, or if you just like things that have some wear, I think he's just so neat. Reminds me of my big black cat, Al, who had, oh my God, yes, and it looks like he has his ear snipped. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So Rosie is in at 15. Pam's back in at 18. So we're looking for 16 or more. I do believe that the ribbon has some age to it. I think he's probably from the 50s. I think he's 50s. I bet you they put the ribbon on. So the ribbon, I hope it's reading on your end that it looks orange. I think it was red or dark orange, and now this is the color orange that we're with. So Lisa's in at 18, but we're looking for 19, and he is 8 inches tall and about 6 inches wide that way. So he's a nice large cat. Let's do a countdown. We're looking for 19 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I think he's just got all the little bumps and bruises at the right spot. You know, maybe you want to touch him up, embellish him some more, keep him the way he is. But he's had a life, and we're happy that he's here. Super cute. So thank you guys all for the just in cases. There's the bid end. Thank you, Karen G. So Rosie Clover had a just in case of 21. Pam had a just in case of 35. So Pam, he's coming to you for $22. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Oh, meow. Welcome,
Meow.
welcome. All right, with 150 of you here, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks
Hi,
for being
everybody.
here. All right. My next item is going to be a handmade or partially handmade, if you will. I have been making these And I call these my misfit photo holders. Oh gosh, since the early 2000s, like some of my very first craft shows, it was the fact that like I just feel sorry for the single shakers. So I have been making these a good long time. I do make the wires that go inside of them as well. So this was a single Norcrest owl, Hootie Hoo shaker. He doesn't have any damage to him, but I have signed him on the bottom with that. And the wire is permanent inside of the shaker. And these are great for recipe cards or photographs or whatever. But I am including the vintage small Denison pumpkin die cut with him because then it can be an instant display. And these Norcrest owls, they work for Halloween, but they can just carry right on into like Thanksgiving. You could put like a turkey or something like that, or a leaf inside for just general fall if you wanted to. I love these Norcrest owls. I actually have a couple wall Norcrest owls, so like a wall mermaid, that sort of thing. I have two of the Norcrest wall owls that I've never come across in the wild, coming a little bit later. But I thought I'd bring this guy first, so he doesn't have any chipping to him. He's just cute. And then the smaller, so I really like these smaller die cuts. I just don't come across these very often. And this is Denison, mid-century Denison. It's really nice condition. Really not any kind of issues or bending or anything with it. But I thought I would include it because I thought they looked cute together. So measurement, the holder itself from top to the top of the wire is 4.5 inches. And the Denison pumpkin is 4x4. Okay, I have a few more of these. They're still curing. That's the thing with the glue, is that it takes some days to dry, and they weren't quite ready. So hopefully next week I will have the other ones ready to bring and have a choice of different ones, but I just have this one tonight. So I see Erin is in 18. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 19 or more, and I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hootie hoo, bid end.
That's a little die cut I've never seen before. I've never seen that one before.
They made it, well, they also did these in envelope seals, the same pumpkin.
Gotcha.
But I think at least 4 different sizes of die cuts I've seen that pumpkin. At least. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Erin at Blueberry Barn, it's coming to you. Thank you so much.
$14 choice, Amy. $14 choice. And I have a few things that are Halloween still. So I have like a few rounds. So this is one of them tonight. I love these inflatables. I just found this guy the other week. So I thought there's still enough time to get it to you in time so you can enjoy it for Halloween. So this guy is on the older side up here around the blowhole or the spout where you fill the air up. It is marked made in Taiwan. So this guy, I believe, is probably from the 1980s. He's been holding air for 2 days. So, and he hasn't deflated or hasn't gotten soft. So I believe that there's no punctures or issues with him. And there is no like areas where the material has hardened. It's all nice and soft. So it has its original little strap so you can hang it if you want to. And it is double-sided. So this side of the jack-o'-lantern is smiling. This side, he's a little scared. He's, ooh, Halloween is coming. I'm scared. I'm scared. And then over here, he's like, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm good. Halloween's coming. So all the colors are nice and vibrant. I know that some of these inflatables are collectible. I know I love to collect, Christmas ones, and I like to find Halloween ones for resale. They just didn't seem to last because people didn't store them properly, but this one was stored well. And this one's easy to ship. We take the air out. It can be put in a bag and shipped to you. So he can sit, he can stand, and he is double-sided. Roughly 11 inches in diameter, roughly about 11 inches in diameter. I didn't do a ton of research, but I will say in all my years of selling these, I've never seen this one before. And these blow-ups are definitely kind of iconic kitsch. and definitely go well with your Halloween decor. Then your other choice starting at 14 is going to be this paper plate. I believe this plate is from the 50s or 60s. A lot of these, what, Amy?
I said, look at the bats.
I know. And this one, I have never had this one before. These bats are super kitschy. This is one of those Halloween things that it's not too spooky, but it has just enough Halloween effect to it. But these were like your, later they made them out of plastic. This one's made out of paper, and I think this is the late 50s or the 1960s. A lot of these were made in Germany and then sold through the Hallmark store. There is a little stain on the back, but that does not transfer through to the front. There are no rips to it, but you can feel that, you know, that this has been stored and used. Like you can see there is a little, you know, paint wear around the corners, but again, that's part of the aesthetic of these. So this paper plate has these two fun bats coming out of the jack-o'-lantern, and then all of these spooky eyes that are around the outside of the fun plate. And again, I bought a collection of these. So I will have some of the ones that are actually stamped Hallmark in Germany coming up in Christmas sales. And then there are some Valentine ones I have. I think the Easter one's going to stay with Jason. But I was happy to offer up the Halloween one. This was the only Halloween one in the whole bundle. So, and again, a lot of times when you research this, they say it's the late 50s into the 60s, because then into the 70s and 80s, we all remember the thin plastic ones. This measures about 9 inches in diameter, 9 inches in diameter. So again, let me get in close here. I didn't check to see if anything glows. Oh my God, the bats glow. So if you guys have a black light, oh my God. Yeah. So if you have a black light, those bats are all going to glow. The bats are all going to glow underneath your black light. So that would look really, really spooky in your nighttime Halloween display if you had a black light mixed in with that. So this is just your second choice again. And this one you're going to call or claim as plate. And this one you're going to claim as pumpkin. This one is probably from the 1980s. It does say Taiwan around the spout here. I don't know that I'm going to be able to show you. And it is double-sided. So let's go ahead and start a countdown. Caroline is in at 15. We're looking for 16 or more. It's going to be choice between the plate or the inflatable. So we got Ryan in at 15. We're looking for 16 or more. You guys could break that. And we are doing just in case if you're an active bidder. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, pumpkin or plate. Everyone was saying 50s on this. I really feel like this is more early to mid 60s. And then I know they went to the plastic. But folks kept saying 50s. I don't know that those bats scream 50s to me. And usually they're marked Germany. But I cannot find Germany written anywhere. But on the inside of the paper mache eggs, they have that same design. So there's our bid end. Thank you guys so much. Caroline had a just in case 24. But Renee had a just in case of 27. So Renee, for 25, did you want the pumpkin or did you want the plate? And Caroline, you'll have backup at 24. And then I think we'd be back at Ryan at 15. So Renee, let me know if you want the pumpkin. You want the plate. So the plate is yours. Thank you so much, Renee. Caroline, were you interested in the pumpkin? That would be at 24. And again, remember, guys, I'll take the air out of this, and that can be shipped in a bag. So Caroline, you got backup on the inflatable. That would be at 24. And then Ryan, you'll be back up. I got you, Caroline, as a pass. So Ryan, were you interested in the pumpkin? And that was everybody. And if you pass, we'll bring him back for the recap. And we can keep it moving, Amy. And I'll watch to hear from Ryan if he is interested. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. I have a pumpkin as well tonight. I'm going to do mine next. And mine's going to start at 36. And I think I've only ever had one of these, maybe. And this is Rosbro. I love this face. Now, there's also a soft, like blow mold plastic with the same diamond-eyed face, but I like this one. It's hard plastic. Now, what I will say off the bat, there's no chipping to the plastic. The seams are really good. It's just the original handle has been replaced by just some black wire. It would have come with a thicker silver metal handle for this, and whoever just replaced it with some black wire just to have a handle, which I don't mind. So I think it's just black wire that has been replaced in there. And because it has the notches in the top, you see that it has like these two little round notches in the top. That tells me that this was one of the lantern pieces rather than just the bucket. I have never run across, not even at the Midwest Holiday Show, I don't think, that have the light kit still intact that would just kind of sit on the top and kind of twist in place. I've never seen one with the light kit, but I don't mind that it's not there. The difference is the one without the light kit wouldn't have those little notches at the top. It would just be like a smooth lip at the top. And they did a couple different variations of this face, but it is black painted, and I like that they did the little dots in the center for white. It just really makes it stand out. And then the teethers just gleam in there. He's a happy Jack. And then on the other side, he is just plain on the back side. And no stamping or anything. Rosbro didn't really stamp a whole lot of their things. I do know that. But I just don't come across this hard plastic Halloween stuff. I don't come across it very often. He was something that I got over the weekend. So I thought that I would bring him tonight in case anybody wanted to add him to the Halloween display. Oh, Joe, you do have one with the light. That's cool. Joe, I want to see what it looks like because I've never run across one. I just love. And it's not super large either. Like the buckets can kind of take up some space. He measures 4.5 this way and 4 inches that way. And I didn't measure the handle because it when you set it down, it kind of sinks down in the bucket. But let's see if I can show you. So it's just kind of like wrapped around on the inside to keep it from coming through the hole. So if you're not hanging onto it, you know what I'm saying? You could probably tighten that up and make it if you really wanted it to be tall like that. But then it just kind of goes inside and just rests on the inside of the pumpkin, which I don't mind. All right. So I see Miss Caroline is in at 36. Thank you so much. We're looking for 37 or more on the Rosbro pumpkin. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bid end.
I've never had one this vibrant, Amy. The paint, the plastic.
His paint is really nice. He's really nice and not faded or anything. I would put one of those battery operated tea lights in there. That's what I would do with it. All right, there is the just in case from Caroline, and there's the bid end from Karen. So Caroline, you didn't need your just in case. It's coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $25, and I'm going to sell these to you as what I thought they were. And then as I'm explaining, I'll tell you what they really are. But these are older, and I know folks love Humpty Dumpty. So these are made of cast iron. I think these are really whimsical. Really? I thought that these were child bookends because you can see the way they stand. They're made, like I said, of cast iron. So they are heavy and they are hand painted. There is some chipping to them, but these I thought were child bookends, okay? Or a doorstop or whatever you want it to be, okay? So we'll show them to you up close, but this one still here has the little metal prong sticking out. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's like a clip almost, and then there's a hole here in this one. So with some research, it turns out these are very collectible. They're supposed to be egg timers. So a little glass, sand glass is supposed to, so you would pull the pin out. So you would pop that pin out, okay? And then the center of the little piece of glass, the little eyeglass, the little timer would fit in there. So I know you guys have all seen the egg timers and had that, and that's what these are supposed to be. But somebody had 2 of them, and the glass, sand glass pieces, the hourglass is gone. So now they're just fun little figurines, and they would work as bookends. If you guys had, a nice sized book, you could use these as bookends. So let's hold one of them up close so you can see how fun these are. These are super whimsical. It took me a little bit of research. I could not find a manufacturer. I thought they may have been by Hubley because Hubley was manufactured here out of Lancaster near me. So a lot of these cast iron pieces were made by Hubley. I could not confirm any of that. I just know that these are on the older side. So these are probably pre-1950s. One of them, not this one, has its original price tag on the bottom. So the paint's in really good condition. Again, they're nice and weighty. So again, if you are so inclined and you have one of the little timers, you could pop this pin out and you could put a timer in that one if you want to. Okay. You'll have to get another clip for the other one if you want to use them as timers. So if you're a reseller, you could keep one and sell one. I like them since I like balance things, is using them as bookends. So they're 3.5 inches tall and they're about 3 inches wide. And again, I thought these were nursery rhyme early child bookends, which they probably could have been. So here is the other one. Again, each one is hand painted. All of the chipping is just from, wear. It's very typical for these if they get dropped. This one has its original price tag on the bottom, and they were $1.99 each. I was trying to read what store it said, but I could not see it on my end. It's probably just some mom and pop little store. I know it starts with an M.
Mainline Gardens.
Okay. And the main line could also be Philadelphia. So Philadelphia had a main line. So sometimes they had boutiques. So you'll get both of them for one money, selling them as bookends, cast a lot, little cast iron pieces to use with whatever you want. So yeah, it would just be a little timer. Kim, that's what they were supposed to be used for. I guess you could actually time your eggs with your little Humpty Dumpty. So thank you, Dusty. I see you for 25. We're looking for 26 or more. Let's go ahead and count them down. And we are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I think these are the most fun, little, whimsical, kitschy Humpty Dumptys I've had in a long time. Again, the paint chipping, I think, is at all the perfect spots. And I'm selling them as bookends because I didn't know they were timers. So, Dusty, congratulations. They're coming to you for $25. Congratulations.
All right. Congratulations. All right. We are moving into the 9 o'clock hour. If you haven't done a refresh in a while, make sure to tap the gear wheel icon in the upper right-hand corner. Do your refresh. Do that playback speed if you haven't done that for a while. Just a reminder. All right. These guys are pretty special. I have never in all of my years of looking for kitsch and pixies and all the things have I ever come across. And I have some photos prepared because I didn't know how well my camera was going to show these guys. But they're the teeniest, tiniest. Teeniest, tiniest. There's my finger. Teeniest, tiniest little devil pixies. Oh, so my goodness. I literally squealed. These did come from Springfield. I squealed when I saw these. Mama Pam can attest to this. And I've just never even laid eyes on these out in the wild. I am going to pop a picture up here so I can show you and talk about them a little bit better so you can see what they look like up close. There we go. How cute are they? So they're tiny adorable little devil pixies. Now, what I can tell you about these, there's no chips on them. All right. There is just a couple tiny little spots of scratching in the red cold paint. So the faces are fired on, but all the other color that you're seeing is cold paint. When I found these, they did not have any tridents.
Yes.
Pitchforks. They didn't have any of the pitchforks in there. Carrie, I'm seeing your bid on my phone, but I'm not seeing it in StreamYard. So that's really weird because I can't highlight it. Ugh. Carrie, can you put it in again, like with an emoji or something? Because it is totally filtered in StreamYard, but I see it on my phone, so I can't highlight on my phone. But anyways, they didn't have their little pitchforks. So I went ahead and made them some pitchforks out of some vintage silver chenille stems so that they had something to hold on to. And there is a third pixie that goes with this set. Carrie, I see you now. Thank you so much. That's better. Okay. So They have just a little bit of paint wear. All right, so not a whole lot, but we'll turn this one to the back. There's a little spot on the back where there's a little missing paint. And then this one, I'm trying to remember. There's a teeny like pinpoint spot on the knee. I'm trying to be nitpicky with these. But they're both stamped Japan on the bottom. All right, but there is a third one that goes with these guys out there somewhere. I just have never run across these, nor have I run across this tiny of pixies. So stinking cute. I absolutely love these. Probably one of my favorite things that I found at Springfield. I did take a picture of the back in case my camera wasn't doing justice, so you can see that little paintwear spot on the back of that one, and a little bit up into the horn on the left one there. But
so good.
There they are. Cutest little pixie pies ever. Real quick on measurements. So one is a little bit different because it's a tinier, like a little bit different pose. This one here, this one measures 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, and this one is 1 1/4 by 1 1/2. So his feet are just extended a little bit more, making him a little bit longer. But let's count him down. I see Carrie was in there at 40. Dennis is in at 42. And these are cute to put out at Valentine's Day too, not just for Halloween. I like them for both. But let's count them down. We're looking for 43 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Oh, these are so stinking adorable.
I know.
So good.
And I did try, before I put the tridents in their hands, I tried to put like a cupcake pick. Cupcake pick is a little too thick. So if you want to put something else in there, it's really got to be tiny. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Dennis had the high bid at 42, but Miss Carrie did have it just in case. So Carrie, they are coming to you for 43. Thank you so very much. Love, love.
All right, I have a quick claim round. It's going to be little bundles, okay? So we're going to do it 2 times because I have 3 identical bundles of one version, and then I have 3 identical bundles of the next. So there's no confusion. It's going to be a 2-parter round. Okay?
Are you doing letters or a number to type in?
We will do letters. We'll do letters. Okay. We'll just do letters. Let me give them letters real quick.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to type that in there.
So we'll do this 2 times, and I'll move as quickly as possible, but it's going to be $10, and you're going to get what I'm going to show you. So this is going to be your first bundle, okay? And this one I'm calling the Witch bundle. So you'll get everything you see, and I have 3 identical groups, okay, of this. So 3 people can get this grouping. So they're vintage, like ephemera. All this stuff was supposed to be thrown away. So in the first lot, you're going to get one of these vintage treat bags. Okay, this one has the witch and the black cat, and it says trick or treat. You know, it is unused. It is that paper little bag. Gosh, I can remember not getting this one, but getting something similar, you know, in the 1980s. So you'll get that in the lot. You're going to get this original unused, very clean napkin. I don't think you can get much more kitschier than these little kitty cats, but see, it kind of goes along because the witch is similar. Okay, so again, for you Halloween collectors, you know, a lot of these folks frame these things. You know, you can use them, you can decoupage them, and then you're going to get this unused witch's Halloween plate. Okay, so she's just a little silhouette. So all in very good condition, maybe some yellowing from age. This is going to be the first lot, and I have 3 of these identical lots available, and they will be $10. And then I'll show you the second one. Okay, so I have a different one. But for this one, if we have anybody that's interested, $10, you get all 3 pieces. Please put in the letter H for Halloween, and they're $10. You get it all. You get all 3 pieces for $10. The letter H.
I love the Halloween like paper plates and napkins. Like, yes. I love that stuff because it was just meant to be thrown away.
I know, and some of these plates at antique malls, they ask $10 just for those plates. So again, $10, you're getting the vintage, probably 1950s paper plate. You're going to get the unused napkin, great graphics on it. And you're going to get the little paper treat bag, and all of that was $10.
All great for framing too. Love that.
Exactly. If anybody is interested, I have 3 of these available, and they're only $10. And you'd want to put in the letter H if you're interested. Okay. No
Okay.
interest, but I'll
Nope.
go.
Well, I see Wanda put in a 10, but
Wanda, I'll take you as a claim for that one. Thank you, Wanda.
there's your
I
H.
got you, Wanda.
There it is.
I feel like we got a really bad lag here tonight. So Wanda, thank you. I appreciate you for one. I have 2 more of these groups available. They're $10 each. If anyone else is interested, it would be the letter H. The next group will have a different initial.
Oh,
Okay.
Kathy's in there with an H.
I see Kathy. Thank you so much, Kathy. Let me just write it down as we go. Gosh, guys, I really feel like we got a bad lag here. So Kathy, I got you. So now we have 1 remaining. If anyone is interested, I have 1 more of these. And again, I didn't say earlier, there's no smells to these. There is no, I know, I feel like we got a really weird lag tonight, Wanda, too. So there's no stains, there's no smells or anything. So I'll put 2 of those aside. Thank you so much. Now this is the second set. There's only one thing that's similar. But in this set, we're going to call this set is your pumpkin set. So you're going to get one of these little pumpkin bags. This, I'm sure, is 1960s. So you get one of these unused little pumpkin bags. You get the same exact napkin, but this is one of my favorite paper plates that they ever had, because this little right here, this little pumpkin right here, he is a girly candle. So if you have that little girly candle, I think this one's really fun. And this one, you can do things to the inside if you want to. I actually knew when I had sold this plate, I had one of these plates a year or so ago, someone was going to turn it into a clock. So they were going to put a hole in the middle and turn it into like a spooky Halloween clock. So you have the fun owl, you have the pumpkin, you have the bats. And this one I think is a little older than the other plate that I showed you. So this lot's going to be 10 as well. And what I didn't show you on the first time was this napkin is double-sided. So they have the pumpkin on the back, the jack-o'-lantern. So you get that. And you're going to get this one here, that style bag. So this one, I have 3 lots of these available. They'll all be $10 each. Whoever's interested could put the letter W in. The letter W in. I have 3 identical sets of these. And again, you get the unused little paper treat bag. You get the unused napkin, really clean. And then you get this fun paper plate. So Renee, thank you so much. I see you. And 1 is taken, so I have 2 more. And if there's no takers, if anybody who claimed one wanted a second so you can use one or gift one, you can always claim that. You just have to let me know, because we'll bring them back in the recap. So I think enough time for the lag's gone by. So Renee, it's yours. Thank you so much. We'll bring the other ones back in the recap. Thank you so much, Amy.
I can't believe you have that many paper plates and napkins.
I didn't realize I found them. Let's just say found them in a tote. I didn't even know.
All right. I have my highest start item of the sale next, and it is the Shafford Black Cat cookie jar. I've never been able to have this piece before, and Meow Meow, she's fantastic. I did get her at Elkhorn over the weekend. She's pretty good condition. There is a lot of paint. So the white, the green, the red, all of that you're seeing is cold paint. There is some paint loss on the bow, like where you would take the lid off and on. And there is one manufacturing flaw that I am going to show to you. But otherwise, she's just spectacular. And this was the piece that Mama Pam said that her grandma had. So first I'm going to show you the lid. We'll talk about it. So up here on the lid, sorry for the glare, but there is some paint loss on the bow, but that's kind of the worst part of the entire cookie jar. So that I'm showing to you, there is a little extra nubbin of ceramic right here, so that it didn't come out of the mold cleanly. And then the manufacturing issue is right here. So there is a line. I know it's not this, but I'm going to try and do my best to describe it to you. It's not a hairline. It's something with manufacturing, how it came out of the mold, because how it's glazed, it kind of goes inside of the crack, if that makes sense. So probably in the firing, it just expanded a little too much. And then when they glazed it over, that's how the glaze got in there. So that's right there. All right. So it's not a hairline, but it is a manufacturing defect. It does not go all the way, and it does not affect the lid at all. Okay, there's no chipping on the cookie jar. So let's look at the bottom. So first, it does have the Shafford foil sticker, although it's pretty faded off of there. But that is the Shafford foil sticker on the bottom. And then we'll look at the bow. Look at all the good cold paint red
So
on
good.
the bottom. Very minimal wear on the bottom on the red. And then the ears are pretty good. I know it's not focusing because everything is glary and I'm getting my fingerprints everywhere on it. But I love that cat face.
This is your
So good.
Halloween mispress. That's what this is.
It
You
is
can put the
Halloween
mispress
mispress.
away.
That's the perfect explanation. So it does have like the little eye whiskers. So there is a little bit of scratching.
So good.
But I have seen some other Shafford pieces, like all the whiskers are missing. Most of the eyes are missing. Still good paint left on here. Just can't get better than that. And the inside is really nice and clean. I really don't know if that has been used a whole lot. But I do think it probably was, just based on the wear to take the lid on and off. Okay. So measurement, it's definitely not as big as Miss Priss. I will say that. Usually Miss Priss, well, you can see her back there. She's much larger than this cookie jar. This is in between a cookie jar and like a biscuit jar. It's kind of in between. It's not super large. It's not super small. But measurement for it, I want to tell you, it's 5.5 by 6.5. So 6.5 tall, 5.5 wide. Meow, meow. She's just fantastic. Love, love. All right. I saw Miss Wanda was in there at 50. So we're looking, and Caroline has got the high bid right now at 51. So we are looking for 52 or more. And I'm going to count her down. Don't forget, just in cases, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow. Bid end.
So good. Those eyes just put you into a trance. Those green eyes are looking right at you.
I love how they paint these cats.
Ooh, that internet.
Ooh, all right, there is the bid end from Karen. All right, looks like at the end there, Nikki got her 52 in there. Wanda had a just in case of 73. Nikki had a just in case of 74. And Wanda's got some fast fingers, got a just in case of 75 in right before Karen's bid end. So Wanda, it is yours for 75 over Nikki 74. Thank you so very much. I can't believe you don't have this one. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $40, and this is really unique, okay? I believe that this is one of a kind, and I'll explain to you why. But this is in a shadow box, and that's the way I'm going to ship it to you. You know, you could stain the wood if you want to, or just leave it as is, all right? So first of all, there's this. This is a collection. Apparently, it's from the collection of Joseph Leash Jr. He went by Abe, okay? If you see this business card here, I was able to find online here. You know, there's this company called like Primitives by, they do like
Kathy.
Primitives by Kathy. Yes.
Yeah.
This guy here, apparently this company used to make one of a kinds in the essence like that. They would take vintage things and then they would add new things to it. Okay. So apparently he would make like, he would take old cast iron and then repaint it. And then he would take old pieces and repurpose them. So this is all repurposed from antique Victorian things, okay? So first of all, the first piece that I want to talk about is I believe that is a sterling handle, and that is a little button hook or a little glove hook, okay? So you would use that little hook. The Victorians ladies would have used that to hook up their shoes, like you can see there. And then that also doubled that they would use it to hook, you know, because they were doing it by themselves, to hook the little button on their gloves. All right. So I do believe that's an older, some sort of a picture of a Victorian boot that has been cut out. So let's just call that a die cut. I don't know if it was from an advertisement or where the individual got it from, but then they placed it on what I believe for the most part is an original sheet of original glass and porcelain Victorian buttons that would have been used to manufacture the buttons on shoes. and quite possibly gloves. But I do believe that all these little porcelain, and I know how popular buttons are right now. I don't even know how many you're getting. I didn't even count that. But some of them have the iridescent to them. I don't know if you can see that. These here on the shoe sort of have a slight iridescence to them. And I believe that they're milk glass, okay? I believe those white ones in between the black ones, they're porcelain, okay? And I also believe the black ones are porcelain, but then I do believe some of them are glass. So if you would figure the $40 what you're getting, even if you took this apart, you're getting all those original Victorian buttons. You're also getting a sterling handled. Okay, so let me get in there so you guys can see, and that's going to be your little button hook. Okay, it's going to be your little boot hook that they would have used to hook those buttons and close them on their shoes. Okay, and I do believe that the little die cut piece, and then I believe they added, in some of those ones for some more design. So it is in a glass shadow box, so there is glass on that. This is wood. It does have an original little vintage looking, maybe 50s, 60s. I remember these early American style hooks on there, so you can hang it on the wall. In the event that you don't want the frame, you can see here it will slide out. So this piece will slide out, but once you slide it out, odds are you're going to probably have to reframe it or do something else with it. So I know folks do love their Victorian things. I think heck, $40 for a sterling little button hook is a really good price, even if you were buying it to take it apart. But I do enjoy the aesthetic, and you're really going to have one that's one of a kind. I tried to do a little research on the fellow who puts these together. I believe that this is one of a kind, that he took vintage items. He created these shadow boxes. I was able to find proof that he took, like, for example, those egg timers I had earlier, then he would repurpose them into something else. He'd paint them a little different. But everything is original. It is just repurposed into new art. Okay. So Trina, thank you. I see you for 40. The frame measures 13 by 10. 13 by 10. Again, we have a Victorian era, probably early 1900s, late 1800s. A little button hook there. It would have been their little boot hook, or it would have been used to hook their gloves. So you can see right there, those are very collectible, but to find the ones that are sterling, I didn't want to pull the piece apart to get the marking on it, but the individual that I bought it from, he was pretty certain that when he purchased it, that he was told that it was sterling, but you can tell by the look of it that it is. And again, I didn't tear it apart, but I'm almost 100% that all of those little Victorian boot buttons there are glass and or porcelain. They're either all going to be glass or half and half, or all porcelain. But I'm pretty doggone sure those are glass in there. And look at the detail on that fun boot. And that's somebody cut, whoever created this cut that out of a magazine or an advertisement, and that's just a fun Victorian boot. Just a good look. I probably would stain this or paint this or do something to it or reframe it or do whatever you want with it. So thank you so much, Trina. I appreciate your bid for 40. I see you, Robin, in at 41. So we're looking for 42 or more, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. Again, I'm almost 100% this is one of a kind. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And I think in that diamond, they could have had it monogrammed, but this one is not. So that's fun. They probably could have had their initials put in there if they wanted to. But the button hook alone is probably that, and the buttons. I didn't even research what some of the old Victorian, glass or porcelain buttons go for. So there's our bid end. Thank you so much. Karen G, thank you. So Robin had it just in case of 51, but Trina had it just in case of 60. So Trina, friend, thank you so much. It's coming to you for $52. Congratulations. Thank you, ladies.
That's an awesome piece. I really love that.
Really neat.
All right, I have a choice round for my next round, and we are going to do some antique hat pins. I just got these over the weekend, and these are spectacular hat pins. They're both great. Now, I know my camera, so I did take some pictures of these so you can see them. I do want to tell you that they are both at the same length. All right, they look like they're very similar in style, similar in construction. Real quick, 10.5 inches. All right, 10.5 inches long. Okay, so not 12 inches. I have yet to find a 12-inch one, but I do want to show you the close-ups of these. So here they are. So the heads of these, I do believe these are both brass, and both like really highly detailed. So that's them next to each other, so you can see. So one I'm calling square because it's more square shaped, and then the other one I'm calling round. So we'll look at the square one first up close. All right, there we go. So you can see in the center, so they both have some amber colored, I'm not sure if these are glass. I'm pretty sure that they are glass, and they're both faceted glass in the center. And then the square one does have the teeny tiny little prong set little pieces going around the edge. There's no missing ones on that one. I didn't measure, I don't think I measured the top of these. So 2 inches is the square, what it measures across. And then we'll look at the circle one. So again, faceted amber glass in the center. I do love that leaf motif. And then on the inner square part, it's kind of like folded over. I'll show that to you in a moment. And this one measures 1 3/4 inches in diameter. And then the outer edge has kind of like a hammered detail to it. So let's see if I can show you, but you see how that is kind of, it's like folded over almost for that center part there. And there's no marking or anything on the bottoms, but it does have a really cool setting on the bottom just to let the light in on both of them. All right. And that's kind of the construction there on the bottom. Neither one of them are loose or anything like that. Oh, I loved these, both of these. I couldn't decide, so I got them both. I couldn't decide which one I liked better. So the square one is just a little bit bigger than the round one, but both complement each other really nicely, and both 10.5 inches. I don't know. I've been really attracted to hat pins lately. I'm not sure what it is. I had that really cool owl head one last night with Ariana. I don't know. I do have some more hat pins that will be coming to more sales as well, but I thought I'd bring these because they're kind of like gothic-y, spooky, kind of with the amber stones and stuff like that. So I brought those tonight. All right, Miss Gail has the high bid right now at 30. I'm going to show these one more time. So this is the square one, and this is the circle one. Okay, so I don't know your preference. I can't decide. I like them both. So let's count them down. We're looking for 31 or more on the antique hat pins. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I'm also trying really hard not to stab myself in the eye. These are a little challenging to show.
Yeah.
I will say that. Good thing Parmesan's on. Oh, he is. He is up here. He's just on the end of the table. So how we're going to claim these is square or round. Square or round. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. The fleur-de-lis bid end. Thank you, Karen. All right. Yeah, we don't need to poke my eye out on the live sale. That would not be good. Okay, just in case of 42 from Miss Dusty Moose, but Robin had a just in case of 44. So Miss Robin at 43, let me know if you want square or round. And if Robin does not take both, Dusty, you are on deck, followed by Gail. But Robin, you get first pick.
Man, that lag is hurting tonight.
It is. Oh, she's taking them both. All right, you got it, Robin. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $18 choice. And hopefully I have some cat lovers here tonight, especially ones that love some Siamese cats, okay?
Oh, look at him.
So these are going to be $18 choice. I thought these could be used in your spooky season, maybe add a little cap to them or keep them out all year round. I'm not sure the manufacturer of them, but the one does have what is the remnants of a Japan sticker on the bottom. So I do love me a good Siamese cat. figurine, and these are larger. This little guy, and it'll be choice between sitting or standing. This guy here is 6 inches tall. 6 inches tall. He's about 3 inches wide. So these are larger figurines. Let me get in here and show you guys. Look how cute he is with his eyes. He's sort of like looking in, honed in.
Cross-eyed a little bit.
He is. He's kind of looking in on his nose. So he's this cute little derpy dude. This is sort of like a matte finish to it. And if it's getting washed out on your screen, it's definitely a Siamese cream. And you can see where they do have brown details on the feet and on the tail. So and then they kind of antiqued it just a little bit to give him kind of a different, tone throughout. So no chips or cracks. Super cute little guy. This is going to be your first one in at 18. Again, if you guys collect cats, you can leave this guy out all year round. These colors, these kind of cats, maybe you buy both of them. You do maybe the Siamese twin kind of thing, the Disney kind of thing, and maybe even add a hat to them with Halloween. So this will be your first one, and that is your standing one. I'm sorry, that's your sitting one. This one is your standing one. So this would be his brother or sister. Again, same sculpt. I got them at the same time. So I believe they were, bought to, and in the same exact collection. No chips or cracks. This one doesn't have anywhere where the Japan sticker, I guess, would have stuck. Maybe down here, there would be remnants of where a larger sticker may have been at one time. That's actually the hole where they were molded. A lot of times with these larger cats with a tail like that, there's some breakage, but there's no damage whatsoever to his tail. So maybe if you're careful and you wanted to use him, to hold your rings or to drape bracelets over him, you could do that. Or again, I think if you bought them both, they would look really, really cute together in your displays. So like I say, I think they're both from the same manufacturer. The sitting one does have part of its Japan sticker. This one does not anymore. No chips or cracks. He is about 6 inches wide. So he's about 6 inches wide, and he's about 5.5 inches tall. So I don't find a lot of kitty cat stuff here of late, let alone Siamese cat stuff. And I thought maybe somebody would want to add these to their collection. That's a little bit of extra ceramic that is on there. And then that's a little bit of extra paint from the factory. That's like underneath the satin style finish. So these are not bisque. These are like a matte, like a satin, to give them a different effect. So $18 if anybody's interested. I do believe these are probably from the 50s or the 60s. Again, in super good condition. This one is your one that is standing. Look at his paws, the detail on the paws. There you can see the underside. Really, really fun, super unique. There's the front. Here's the back. Again, thank you, Karen. I think they're really sweet too. And I just thought they kind of went with what I was doing tonight. I had a couple kitty cat things. I thought maybe we'd have some friends that wanted to add them to their collection. And then this one is your sitting one, and they're 18 choice. And they're, I don't know if you can tell with the size of my head there, they are nicely large figurines, not tiny ones. So we'll put them to the side and we'll bring them back for the recap, and we'll keep it going. Go ahead, Miss Amy.
Yeah. All right, I have a non-Halloween item. I thought, I don't know why I decided to bring her tonight. I just liked her and thought she needed to come tonight. One of these larger Bisque dollies. She's a pretty big one. She is a pretty big one. And I got to give a shout out to Miss Janine, because she's the one that actually found her for me at Elkhorn. We didn't shop together really. A couple times we did, but she found this lady for me. So I thought I'd bring her tonight. And these ones, I just love when they have all these lashes painted on. And she's a blondie. All right, so there's no chipping. It does look like Glowy Girl. It totally does. And she came with a stand, which is nice. I always appreciate when the dolls come with a stand. So I'm keeping that with her. And it has kind of like a spring to go across the feet. Definitely, probably not exactly the same era, but I like that they include a stand with her. And I didn't see any chipping with her. Her arms are just a little loose. I could see that. But for the most part, her little sleeves on her dress cover up the arms. And this was the dress that she was found in, a little pink chiffon number. And there's even a little underskirt under here. And we'll turn her to the back. So there is a little little snap here on the back of the dress. I'm not sure if this is a handmade dress or something that somebody just put on here. She is stamped Japan. So she is stamped made in Japan here on the back side, but this is a good big one. She does measure 7¼ inches tall. Not the biggest one I've seen, but she's a decent sized one. 7¼ inches tall and about 4.5 at like, not the dress, but like the arm span. It's kind of where I get the width from. So she is a good size one. I don't see these big ones super often. If I do, they're usually at the doll show, if I see any. But beautiful blue eyes and those pursed lips there. But she is a blondie. Just a little bit of color fading on the paint on the hair, but not terrible. For sure. Yes, I love those eyes. She has my favorite face that are painted on these for sure. She's kind of like, what's going on? She's kind of like, judgy. I like that. But we'll bring her back too, and we'll get Jason going. All right.
All right. $20. And I brought this. There's a little bit of wear to it, but I never found a purple one. And I know a lot of our friends in the chat used to collect the bluebirds of happiness.
Whoa, purple?
Okay. Yes. So I did find a purple one, and like the yellow and some of the red ones, they did make them that they were stained. Okay. So they would like fire on. So anyone who wins this, you don't want to wipe this off or you'll wipe all the paint off. Okay. Oh. So they apparently, in my research, they made 2 different purple ones for a very limited run. They made one that was all true purple glass. And then they made one of these that it was stained. All right. So in essence, I guess underneath it would be like a pale blue one. And then when they added some of the color to the top, it made it purple. Could not find any of these active online right now. So it does have a little bit of wear to the stained part. Okay, you can see a little bit is worn there by the face. But when you sort of take your hand back and then you move it around in the light, it shows all purple. But if you get up close on it, you can see where there's a little missing. But that was the way they made these, all right? So if you want a purple one to add to your collection, this is the only one I could find, and there is a little bit of wear to the, quote, staining to it. It is marked on the bottom. It is etched in by Ron Ray. So Ron Ray did make this one. This one is not a Leo Award. And if the camera wants to work, it says Ron Ray 1993 on the bottom, okay? So this one has no chips to the beak. It just has a little bit of wear to the staining, which that's what they did. They applied this over top of, and the little bit that I can see through, it looks like it's a clear, but it's looked like they added something to the clear glass. So when they painted it, it made it purple, okay? So he measures about 2.5 inches. So he's about 2.5 inches. Again, when I get up close, you guys can see some of the wear to the staining. But truth and honesty, when you hold him far back and you have him in with your bird collection, you don't notice that. So there's more than enough purple staining on it that he still reads completely purple. So any of those glares you're seeing on from my ring light. So you can see there is a spot there by the head. There are little other spots, but all the paint's here. That's a reflection. And then that shows through from the other side where some of the staining is missing. But other than that, I have never seen one of these purple ones in person. I was just impressed. And it's purple one. Especially that size. And the little bit of research that I could find, it was either that they didn't know that it was stained and they just called it, true purple through and through. But I can only find 1 or 2 other examples of this. I know, Karen, I never saw a purple one. So, and especially I thought this would be fun. I use purples. I've used purples. We don't decorate for Halloween anymore, but I've used purples in my Halloween collection. And in my decor. So I thought this would be a perfect time to add a purple little bird to maybe your Halloween decor. Maybe you wanted to add him to a little witch's book, maybe a little spell book or something, and just sit him on there. I thought he'd look cute. Robin's in at 20. Thank you so much, Robin. So we're looking for 21 or more, and we are doing just in case to act for active bidders. Let's go ahead and count him down. Again, please just remember some of the paint does have wear, but that's from the process in which they made these. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. No chips to the beak, and it is marked, signed on the bottom by Ron Ray in 1993. And there's no way you could duplicate this. So nobody did this. This would have been, because I've sold the red ones that they stained them, and this is the same process. So there's the bid end. Robin, I think he's going to join some other friends. Thank you so much.
Remember when I had a little tiny black glass one?
I do. I do.
I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, gosh, I haven't seen another one.
Nope.
I have never seen another one. And I've never seen a purple one. Never. I just saw a green one over the weekend, but I had a chip beak.
Gotcha.
But that was the first time I'd seen a green one too. All right. I am bringing my Norcrest wall owls next. I have never run across these in the wild ever. And oh, I love these. I love these Norcrest owls. Something about them. Maybe it's because they did like the outside of their eyes like a flower. I'm not sure. But these are 2 out of 3. So there is a third owl that would go with this set. All right. And it looks like they're flying in the sky, which I like that. Similar to like the Lefton bluebird wall pieces, that sort of thing. But these are the Norcrest owls. Now there is a third one. Sadly, I just have the 2. That's how I found them. And good condition, I would say. There is a little bit of crazing. So this is the bigger one of the 2. So you're going to get the pair. I am going to keep them together. And on the back here, like it looks like they used, probably some stabilizer to like stabilize them on the wall. But no stickers present on either one. But there is some crazing present in the glaze. And I just wish he would focus a little bit better than he is. This one, the bigger of the 2 is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. You will not find these online right now. Any of them. I could not find any. And then this is the smaller of the 2. He does have a little rough spot right here, kind of. It's not feeling like a chip, but maybe it's like didn't get the glaze quite all the way on him. But this is the smaller of the 2. This one is 2 1/2 by 2, 2 1/2 by 2. And there is the back of this one. So cute. So this would be like your main hole, but you could definitely use some smaller nails, if you will, or hooks to kind of position them how you want them flying in the sky, which I think is really fun. I just like, they're different. They're definitely different than the figurines of the Norcrest owls, but I like that they can be flying on your wall. I think that's really cool. I don't know if mermaids and owls get along, but they certainly could, or fish.
I think you can make them get along. Yeah.
They could work in your mermaid bathroom. They're just scanning the sea as they're flying over.
Amy, since you posted these, I've been in awe because we've collected these for decades, and I've never knew that these existed. And when you previewed them, I'm amazed. I didn't know these existed.
The one that is missing is larger than this one. So the third one is larger. These are the 2 smaller ones. But
this is amazing.
I can't ever say that. I've never laid eyes on these out in the wild before. There is somebody on Instagram that has the full set of these.
Gotcha.
If I remember, I'll let you know, and then I can send you over to look at their picture. All right. I see Aaron is in at 36. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 37 or more. And I am going to count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hooty hoo. Bid end.
And this is one of those pieces where I would say you may never get the chance to buy these again. Like they just don't come around. So this is it. This might be your one shot.
So. All right. Oh, y'all are fighting it out. Oh, hooty bid. All right. Thank you, Karen. All right. At the end there, Nikki got a straight bid of 37 in there. Aaron used it just in case of 40. Nikki got it just in case of 45 in there. But Aaron got back in there with a straight bid of 46 right before Karen's bid ends. So, Aaron, congratulations. They are coming to you along with the photo holder. Thank you so much.
$18 choice, Amy, and I sold a set of these once before. So I'll go through these as quickly as possible. They are pretty much complete. They do have some toiletries in here. I do think one of the soaps disintegrated, and I do think one or two of the soaps are missing. But at $18, I priced it so that you can use this in your decor, whether you use the box or the little bottles on the inside. And I do believe all the bottles are unused. So these are from the 1950s. They are made by a company called Lander Distributors, and these were from Fifth Avenue, New York. They are made in the US of A. So you can see there is some wear to the box. So $18. This one we're going to call small. So this will be your small box. And these are toiletries for the young miss, and it's Little Miss Pixie. So this alone, the box would be fun to display. And this box measures 5.5 by 5. I know that some of these are spring colors, but with me selling pixies, I kind of tied it in with the whole pixie.
I had a little tin litho basket at Easter time with this on it. Do you remember that?
You did. And I remember I think it's the next box I'm going to show you. I had the larger box once before, and I remember Catherine Young bought it from me.
Yeah.
And I remember her telling me she enjoyed it. So
that's so cute.
So you get the box to use, and then you're going to get almost all of the unused toiletries. Wow. Two of the soaps are missing. All right. I'm just happy that one of them is here. And then you get all 3 little bottles, and you can see they're full. So you get the little shampoo bottle, then and the base, and then you can see the base on the colors are very pixie colored, pink and thing. Pink words are tough tonight. Pink and yellow things. Whew. The little soap fell out. And then you can see we have the little cologne bottle, and then we have the hand lotion bottle. So each one of those is full and unused. It is very nostalgic. I do agree. So each bottle is made of glass. So for your 18, if you have a fun little display, maybe you have a little vanity bathroom, you could pull out all the toiletries and use them, on your display. I mean, I wouldn't actually use these, put them on display. And then if you wanted to, if you had some of, Gam Gam soap that you're not supposed to use, you had 2 more, you could pop them in there and you have a full set. So again, there's your box. Overall, the box is in very good condition. So for 18, you would get the vintage box. You get 3 of the lotions and soaps that are unused, and you get 1 of the little soaps, but it is missing 2 of the soaps. All right. For that being that old, I'm amazed so much of that is even there. And your other choice for $18 is the bigger box. So maybe you want this one in your displays. Again, just because these are pinks and purples doesn't mean you can't use them all year round. This large box measures 9 by 7. Same kind of graphics, says it's all made in the USA. There is the back. And then most of the soaps and toiletries are still in here. So all your bottles are in here, and I'll pull them out so you can see that they're a little closer. See them closer. One of the soaps is missing, and some of the cellophane has come undone on 2 of these. And I think these were supposed to be powders. Maybe that other one wasn't soap. Maybe the other one was a powder. Okay, so the 3, I think that first one I showed you was supposed to be a powder, not a soap. So these little bottles are the same exact as the ones I showed you before, the little shampoo, but these are a little tinier, and they are full, so you could put them on display. I think they're really cute, and I think she's a really neat little advertising piece. So you can see there is one of the original soaps, so we are missing one. But again, at $18, this is something that you could pull all that out. You could take the box, use the box in your display, and put those little bottles in front. And I don't even know what these would sell for if they had all of the content. So
the boxes are amazing.
Agreed, Joe. Somebody may have gotten their mouth washed out with soap. But 18, the graphics are great. If you're into that, I think that a lot of the kitschy girl figurines we sell would look good with that. Even like Amy said, the piece she sold, there are other Little Miss Pixie pieces out there, so you could add to it. And just fun, nostalgic 50s and 60s right here. So 18, this will be your larger one. There are a few pieces missing, but all of the lotions are intact. And I'll show you the small one again very quickly. very quickly, and then we will sit them to the side in a moment. So 18, and this is the small box that I had just shown you. And again, they're toiletries for the young miss. I think they're pretty iconic. I think they're really neat. The smaller box has the larger lotions in, and they're all full. And again, I had said this was a soap earlier. No, I think that's a powder. I think that would have been some sort of powder. It's in its original little cardboard container, and it has its original cellophane on it. So we'll sit them to the side, and we will keep moving. I'll bring them back for the recap. Thank you for letting me show them.
Does it say what the scent is on those?
Let me see here.
I couldn't, like, I was trying to look at them, but it didn't say. It doesn't.
It doesn't give a scent. Surprisingly, it doesn't. I don't.
They're all very cute bottles.
It's got a good. Let's just say it smells like old school perfume and lotion. I mean, honestly, it smells okay. It's not as bad as Avon, but the cologne smells like
Avon.
Like Jean Naté. It reminds me of Jean Naté almost. So
okay. I had a couple of these earlier, maybe a month or so ago. And I had two, and I actually found another one. So I thought I would bring her, since she is Little Miss October, Nancy Ann storybook doll. So this is how she would come, and she is one of the variations of October. And she's in good condition. I did give her, she needed a little witchy broom. She needed it. I gave these to the other ones that I had as well. So I love that they gave her a little witchy hat. So that is her original hat. And it's kind of a light yellow for the dress, which I like. And black felt for the hat, and little black felt lacy details on the hat and the dress. And the broom is not permanent. You can take it off there. It's just on there with one of those little hair bands. But I thought she needed a broom to complete her outfit. And there is the safety pin on the back. She is frozen body, so just her little arms move, her head and her legs do not. She does have her little pantaloons on under there and her little shoes. She does measure 6 1/4 inches tall. I did have her standing. She stands pretty good if you splay her dress open, and I think the broom actually helps her stand up by herself as well. So Dennis, I see you at 18. Thank you so much. We are looking for 19 or more on Little Miss Nancy Ann storybook doll. Oh, I forgot the number. She is number 196 for the month series of October. Let's count her down. We are looking for 20 or more. Andrea, I just saw you pop in there. Thank you so much. And let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And she is a redhead, which I like. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, at the end there, looks like What a Day Rose had the high bid at 25, but Miss Andrea had it just in case at 30. So Andrea, it's yours for 26. Thank you so much.
$28, Amy. And I'm not going to say this is rare, but it is a harder to find Disney piece. It is a planter, and it is stamped Walt Disney Productions on the bottom. So apparently they did a series of these planters that sort of mimic the storybook aspect of it. And this one is Cinderella. So there is a little bit of cold paint that's missing. There was some pink cold paint details that have worn off. A couple of the examples that I found that was missing as well. I'm sure that that's a little harder color to replace, but there are no chips or cracks. You have Cinderella there. You have her carriage behind her. It is a planter. There is it mimics, kind of gives you the pages of the book. There's the back. And over here, it says Walt Disney presents Cinderella. On the bottom side here, it has the original Walt Disney production stamp. And there are none of these available for sale. And I think there was only one that had come around in the past year.
I've never even seen this, Jason.
Me and Tina were back and forth because I said, it does have some paint wear, but these don't come around. They apparently did a series of these planters for their movies, books, whatever have you. And the series is a harder planter series to find. And I think the little bit of cold paint is minimal compared to the fact that everything else is in pristine condition. So there are no chips, minimal crazing. It's just a really, really fun piece. And I love the fact that if you have it sitting on your shelf, it kind of looks like a book that should be
put, look like a book.
Cool. With the iconic Walt Disney font. So there are none of these online available. And like I said, there was only one that sold that I could find in the past year or so. And it did have a little bit of cold paint. There is another version that you can find online that somebody did like a pin, like they did the Pinterest. And you can see that it has all of the pink around the wheel and the pink here. But most of them that I found that had sold, which was just the other one, it was missing the pink like mine is. So again, one more time, no chips or cracks. This is made by Walt Disney Productions. I believe that right here, this is remnants of probably a Japan sticker that was there at one point. It's a nice size one. What I would do is, before you have the measurements, if you had like a smaller Cinderella book, you could put that in there. You could put other Disney things coming out of it. You could do all sorts of stuff, or just display it as is. It measures about 4 inches tall, and then at the widest point, it's actually coming in about 5 inches wide. And you can see where they detailed the tips of the pages with some yellow. She's very gorgeous. She has her slipper right there in her hand. She has the stagecoach in the back, and she's missing her slipper on her foot, which I think is really fun too. So thank you for all the bids. I saw Timmy in. I see Deborah in. We're back in with Timmy at 33. So we're looking for 34 or more. Let's go ahead and start the countdown. We are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Andrea's in with 34. I see a just in case from Timmy at 46 with a just in case. And again, these don't come around that often. And the little bit that I could find, they were vague to say that there were other ones made for some of the other storybooks. So there's the bid end. So with the 34, Timmy's just in case. Timmy, it's coming to you for $35. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Ooh, that would be really cool with some like silver mercury bead sprays coming out.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Like okay, that would be cool. Dusty, he's back there sleeping. I don't know. He's been behaving the past couple days. I don't have any wood to knock on, but hey, I'll take what I can get. All right. He's actually behaving tonight. He's jumped up on the table a couple times, but I guess he's sleepy tonight. All right. I have a planter as well. This guy is really cool. I've never run across one of these out in the wild before either. And it's like the perfect owl, I think, for Halloween time. He is kind of spooky. And this is made by Lefton, if you've not seen this before. And he is not cold painted. Everything is glazed on here. So black pottery with the gold splatter all over him. No chipping, no damage. Really nice condition. I do not see even any really signs that a plant was ever in there. I don't see any calcification, but he's got those big old rhinestone eyes. Lefton did several salt and pepper shaker sets with giant rhinestones, but I'd never run across this planter. I knew it existed, but I've never seen it before. Lefton sticker is gone. So there are the 3 points on there where it would sit in the kiln to be fired. Those are not fully glazed over, but that's where they would fire it in the kiln. But he's kind of spooky. He's kind of glam owl, if you will. He's kind of Hollywood Regency owl. I love him. He's got all the things. I really liked him. He is 5 inches tall, 3.5 inches wide, and then also 3.5 this way. I just think he's really cool. If you had like some black, I don't know, greenery or something like that to put out the back, I don't know. I know that I've seen recently that you can get kind of stems kind of like mercury bead sprays, but they're newer and they have like, they're clear and then they have like just beads or rhinestones on them. I think that would look really cool.
He's
I
so
think he could work.
50.
He could work for New Year's. He could work for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time. Black and gold at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that too. But have you seen this before, Jason?
Never. And with those big rhinestone eyes, he's your iconic 1950s all the way. Like he is so good mid-century.
Well, hello, Desi's Boho Flamingo. Welcome in. Thanks for hopping in and saying hi. We always love to see some new faces in the chat. Wedded Day Rose, I see you're 18. Thank you so very much. Let's count Owl down. We're looking for 19 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hooty hoo. Bid end. I see your bid there, Desi. Thanks so much. All right. We're waiting for Karen's bid end, and there it is. Thank you so much, Karen. All right, Desi, congratulations. It's your first purchase. Thanks for hopping on. So definitely make sure and email me with your shipping address and an email that I can send a PayPal invoice to. I don't know if you're here at the beginning to hear all of that, but do make sure and email me because I'm going to be doing all my invoicing tomorrow. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your first purchase.
Oh, I love those rhinestones. $26, Amy, $26. And I could not pass this celluloid Cupid up. I have never found one of these that is celluloid with the Cupid heart on the front. So that is like a sticker. It's actually one of those little paper decals that's still on the front. So $26. I do believe this guy is a little older when it comes to celluloids. It's older than any ones that, like this I've offered before. So no chips or cracks. You can see that the eyeliner with the eyelashes is very, very heavy. Let's get in here so you guys can see if it wants to focus. There you go. And then you can see the wonderful little Cupid heart sticker. And I do believe that says like patent pending on the front and things like that. So I do believe this guy is on the older side. The strings holding the arms in are very nice and taut. It's not overly loose. This is the first one I've ever had with these style wings. So you can see the wings sticking out on the side.
Can you show me the back real quick? Because I'm pretty sure I know what he is. Oh my gosh, that's tiny. I'm pretty sure he's German.
Okay. I just, there's something about him that he is better than any of the made in Japan ones that I've ever had. He's a celluloid, but he's like a little thicker celluloid, a better quality than the thinner Japan ones.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought this guy, and of course, since he had his sticker on, I had to pay a little bit more for him, but I figured a Cupid collector at $26, I thought that was a pretty good price for him or her. And again, it's in remarkable condition. I can't even tell you, and the color on him is vibrant. The fact that the sticker's there, and usually the sticker, if I see it in person or online, it's usually on one of the Chalkware composition ones.
Mm-hmm.
I usually,
those are the German ones. Yep.
Usually don't see that heart sticker on one of the celluloid ones. And you can tell that he's just made a little different. Like you can tell the back is flat. The other Cupids kind of flatten out down around the office butt region, but not the whole back. But he is in really, really good condition. Now, this guy will stand, but you have to work hard to get him to stand. The feet are flat, but he will stand. But you gotta have patience, and then make sure he's somewhere that you're not going to go walking by because he will tip over. He measures 4 inches tall. So he does measure 4 inches tall. I really think those wings are really, really unique coming out the side of him there. And again, you can see how the detailed painting is. And now that you said German, Amy, I can see that, the detail on him. And you can see he does have the webbed hand. So that's what the hand looks like. And again, super cute. So Melanie, thank you. I see you for 26. We're looking for 27 or more on the celluloid Cupid in very good condition with the original. Get it to focus there. There you go. Focus, buddy. Cupid sticker on the front.
And maybe it's Maybelline lashes.
Could be. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's not. I'll never tell. So we're looking for 27 or more. Let's do a countdown. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Melanie's holding it at 26. We're looking for 27 or more, or the bid end from Karen G. And thank you guys for hanging out with us. Especially this lag tonight's been a little brutal, but thank you guys so much. And again, in really good condition. There's the bid end. Melanie, it's been a little bit. I'll be happy to package it nice and good for you. Thank you so much.
Yay, Melanie. Congratulations. That's a cute one. All right. I have an antique item up next. And I'm going to talk about this. Now, usually I pick these up and they're daguerreotypes but this one is just a daguerreotype frame, and it is missing the cover. All right, you can see. So it would have a cover that would fold over and cover the photograph. However, because it's a daguerreotype frame, but it just has a regular photograph in here. I'm not sure if I've ever come across one with just a regular photo in here, but I thought she was worth saving. And I don't usually get to pick these up very often. So hopefully, it looks like my camera's doing a pretty good job. I'm trying to reduce the glare as much as I can on here. But it is kind of like I showed on the cabinet cards earlier, kind of embossed black for the back of the photo. And then it just has the oval photograph. Usually with the daguerreotypes, it's like a tin type that would be in there. But this one is just an oval framed photograph. And she's just a really nice lady. She has a very fancy shirt on. I know it's not showing all the fancy ruffles on her shirt, but she does have a fancy ruffled shirt on here. And then it's punched metal for the detailing that goes around the frame. Really highly detailed, and a couple different colors in there. And I'm going to show you the back. So it has this fun embossed paper for the back side of the cover. But yes, it would have originally had a piece that would fold over to protect the glass and the photograph on the inside. I thought she was worth saving. I just love these. I don't know. I got this, the lady that I made into a witch that actually was a tin type that I had last night's sale. In the jewelry casket lot, I did get from the same. So I don't know if they were related or not. I'm not sure if they were from the same family. But I've also found these frames completely empty. I don't know how you get in these. I have no idea how you get inside of these without messing up all of the little metal filigree work. I have no idea. Dusty Moose, do you know? Because I don't. I don't know how you would replace something like that in there.
I think Ariana showed the one night. It literally just pops out. You have to get your finger in between there and pop out. And somebody said that then they'll date them on the back. When I was watching her one night, yeah, you have to literally.
I'm afraid of breaking it. I don't know if I can do that. I would be too much afraid of damaging it. But we'll go ahead and bring that back, and we'll get Jason going.
And then sometimes if you open them, they can have remnants of their hair pressed back there and things too. Gosh. Sometimes there's treasures.
I might have to ask Ariana for some pointers on that. Oh,
you got a bid.
All right, I'll get you back over here. Oh my gosh, the lag is terrible. Hello, Karen. All right, I see it 16. So we are. Oh, did I give you a measurement? I didn't. Where is my notes for this? It's 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's count it down for Miss Karen, and we're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid ends.
Could you imagine popping one of those out and finding old money or something?
Now I'm kind of curious. Karen, if there's a $100 bill back there, lucky day. Do they have $100 bills in the late 1800s? Yeah. I don't even know the answer to that. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Karen Williams. Karen, it's been a minute. If all your info is the same, I got it. But if not, send it to me again. Thanks so much and congratulations. Thank you.
All
I
right.
might, Karen. I will look. I will
All
look.
right.
You know, it might be better if you just send it to me again. Let me see. I can look real quick. Yes, I think I got it, Karen. All right. Thank you so much.
And good seeing you, Karen. Hope you're well. My next item is going to start at $15, and I love these children mugs, especially the ones that have the whistle for your milk. So again, I know it's a bluebird, but it's always a good time to offer up a bluebird. And if you collect these children mugs, this is one that I don't see that often. What's really fun about this one is it has its original Chase Japan sticker on the bottom, but then it looks like it was a Ross production and it's hand painted. So really, really good condition all the way around. No chips or cracks to report. There on the back tail of the bird is where you would blow. And then, of course, the whistle sound is going to come out. Where the heck is it going to come out? It's going to come out the hole right there. I almost thought it came out his mouth, but he didn't have a hole there. So again, these are super fun. I love the very kitschy, atomic look to the eyes on these bluebirds. These are probably some of my favorite bluebirds. It almost looks like a clock dial, the way they made the eyes. You can see all of the music notes, nice and crisp. There's no issues whatsoever, and that's how clean the inside is. So again, a really fun child mug. They did make a couple different version of child mugs.
Not the one that the bird is actually the whistle.
Right. So this one is the whistle, and of course it says it on the front, whistle for your milk. Some of them just put like a little figurine on the side. Sometimes the animal went around the handle, and then sometimes the little animal might actually be there on the inside. So when the youngster drank down their beverage, they could see said animal down there in the bottom. So again, a really, really fun piece. It measures just about 3.5 inches tall, and about 4.5 inches wide. So there is little birdie friend. He's got a blue little head. He's got a yellow and green little body on him. Super fun. This is one of the first ones I've ever had that actually can help us document one of the ceramic companies that made them. This one is made by Chase. I've always seen it, by whatever productions on the bottom. So just wait another moment for the lag, see if anybody's interested. Oh, and some of these colors around, they would have made them in different pastel colors. A lot of times you find them in pink and blue. I think that was supposed to distinguish whether a boy or a girl drank out of them. So $15 if anybody's interested. It's in very good condition, no chips or cracks. You can even see back here that there's not really even any crazing when I hold it up to the light. So we'll put it to the side and we will bring it back for the recap. We got a few more rounds.
Okay. All right. I have some salt and pepper shakers for my next round. And they're going to start at 15. And it's been a good long time since I've come across any of these either. I love these. These are some kitchen witches. Of course, they're good luck. But good for Halloween as well. Not super spooky witches, but I love these. I love their noses and everything like that. So these are from the 80s, made in Taiwan. I'm trying to think, what was the name? Gift Co. Gift Co. Taiwan is the manufacturer for these, and they are stamped 1981. It's really hard to see on the bottom. Dusty and Perry, I see you both. Thank you so much. And they do both have their stoppers on the bottom. They're kind of that rubberized stuff that tends to harden and crack and fall out. But that's the stoppers that are in there. There's no chipping to either one of them. They're just the happiest. I love their faces.
I love the nose.
I know. She's got quite the profile going on. And there they are. So one has her hair kerchief. It's kind of like it's a mix between orange and red, I would say. I'm not going to call it one or the other. And then the other one has the little black hair kerchief. So you can tell the difference between salt and pepper. Yes, this one is the 3-hole. This one is the 2-hole. No chipping or any kind of damage that I can note for them. And they are Bisque. So they're all Bisque, not glazed or anything like that. But yes, the tale for the kitchen witch is that they're good luck. They're good luck. So it's always good to have one at least in your kitchen. So Perry's in at 20. So we're looking for, they do kind of look like a bird with a nose. They do, KP. All right, let's count them down. We're looking for 21 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Surprisingly, these are hard to find. I don't see a lot of these kitchen witch things.
I haven't come across these in years. A long time. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, looks like Perry had a just in case of 38, but Dusty Moose had a just in case of 45. So Dusty, they're coming to you for 39. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $18. And before we get into her, I want to thank Amy for giving me information, and along with Tracy. These two lovely ladies gave me a ton of information on this lady. And apparently I have on my hands a Sad-Eyed Susan, or Susan Sad Eyes. These were dolls made in the 1960s, and she's starting at just $18 because I believe she's missing her socks and her shoes. Okay, so this is the way I found her. But I thought with the holiday season approaching us being Halloween, I thought she had a kind of look. She kind of looks like maybe the girl from the Addams Family, you know.
Wednesday, she does.
Kind of like that. So I thought maybe, you know, somebody would appreciate her or want to add her to their collection. I'm sure that her dress is well worth that. She's in overall good condition. You can kind of see that the flesh tone is a little lighter on the front versus the side. The hair is in very good condition. There's a slight little discoloration to the collar part on there. So, but other than that, I think she would be really, really fun to add to your Halloween. You can put the feet out so she can sit if you want her to sit. There are no conditions to the hair. She just kind of had an aesthetic. And again, she is, Dusty, she is sort of spooky. I just thought that would be fun. Maybe you guys wanted to turn her into a witch, maybe repurpose her, or you needed
Margaret Keane. Yep.
Say what? She's
Margaret Keane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So I do know in the little bit of research that I could see in some pictures from Tracy. Yes, Joe, you hit the nail on the head. That's where I was going with this. She is missing her socks. It probably would have come up to here, probably like her knee highs or her yeah, probably about her kneecaps. I guess that's how high they came up to, and then she's missing her shoes. But I just thought she was fun and different, and I guess $18 is a pretty reasonable price for these dolls. Again, I'm not selling it to you guys as part of that collection. I'm saying that if you wanted something fun for your Halloween decor, she would definitely fit into it, and you could do other things to her. You know, like you could find her shoes and socks, or you could, you know, add a hat to her, do other things. I don't know. I think it would be really fun if you found like little birds and things to like put on her arms, maybe gave her a broom, witch's hat. You could just do all sorts of things, or you could just kind of tuck her into the Halloween display with that trance, that look that she has. Super clean, no odors for the fabric. She measures about 7.5 inches tall. So about 7.5 inches tall. And she's that rubbery, like flexible, rubber style plastic that they did use a lot in the 1960s. She does need some boots. I agree with you, Minx. But again, I think if you just kind of put her arms out, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to condone
Hopping out of a pumpkin.
That too. And I don't want to really, you know, because these are collectible, but if it's in your possession, you wanted to do some different painting to the face, maybe little blood coming down the side of the mouth. I don't know. I just thought she was really fun and definitely fit the Halloween decor. I think she's, yeah, see, I do too, Melanie. I was thinking like the little crows or the little birds, and you could find those and put on her, and you could put a couple in her hair. But again, she's from the 1960s, and she is known as Susie Sad Eyes. And Tracy is right. They are very collectible. Maybe this would be the first one you wanted to start with, and then work your way into some of them, because some of them are really neat. Some of the info that Tracy sent me was really fun getting to read and learn about these. So Renee, thank you. I see you for 18. So we're looking for 19 or more. The hair is in super good condition. Like, it's not matted. There's no condition issues. You could even put it up if you want to. I just thought she had a good look heading into Halloween. So let's go ahead and count her down for Renee. We're looking for 19 or more on the 1960s doll. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And she does have a little snap back here. She does have a little snap, a little metal snap for the dress. Little discoloration on the collar. I don't know. For what she is, I think she's in doggone good condition. So she came with a group of kitschy bunnies. Can you believe that? She was in with
bunnies?
A bunch of kitschy Easter bunnies.
Wow. The bunnies were probably like, all right, girl, you need to find yourself a new home.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Renee. Enjoy. Thank you.
Wait, did she come with that bunny that you got for your birthday?
Not that bunny. She came with another kitschy. I've had her for a month or so, waiting to get close to Halloween.
Right. So. Yeah, she is. Well, Renee, you have to show us what you do with her.
Thank you. Thank you, Renee.
All right. And I don't even see those at the doll shows that we go to. I don't even see those there. There's a whole bunch of different ones, different colored hair, different colored outfits and stuff like that for those. All right. This is for the pair. And I love me some raccoons. And I think that these can work for Halloween because they're wearing their masks.
Agree.
Right? Agree. And these are coming together. I did find these together, so they're going to stay together because I think probably they've been together a good long time. Now, both of these, although they look similar, they're made by two different manufacturers. And so we're going to talk about the big one first. And there's no chips to either one, but there is a little bit of paint loss on the little one, and I will show that when we get there. So this is the larger one, and they do have that applied rabbit fur for their fluffy little tails, and super cute. And this one does have little applied, I don't know if they're going to focus, but they do have little applied whiskers coming out of the side of the ceramic. And cold paint, there is red cold paint on these and black cold paint on these. Now this one's made by Commodore. So Commodore's foil sticker here on the bottom of him, and there is the backside. So they're kind of airbrushed also, but no chipping on either one. The bigger one is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And then the little one here, I love these guys. This one's made by Enesco. So different manufacturer, although his sticker is missing. But he does have a couple little areas on the back there where there is some paint loss. So right there and right there, there's a little bit of paint loss on him, but no chipping. Just as cute as can be. Also has the applied rabbit fur. I love these critters. They did squirrels, rabbits, raccoons. I feel like I'm missing one. Bears. I think they did bears with furry tails too. Yeah. I think those are all the critters that I can think of.
I think, believe it or not, I think they did well, maybe that was the wrong. I think Norcrest, they did shakers that were roosters.
Oh, yeah. Fur. Yeah. Enesco did shakers in this size too with the applied fur, which I'm not sure why.
I don't know.
You would want to shake the fur over your food.
I don't know.
I just think they're darn cute. Either way, I'm here for the trash pandas. So the little one is 2.5 by 3.5, and definitely I think they could work for Halloween if you want them to. The little mass bandits.
Even New Year's.
Let's count these down. Oh yeah, skunks. I forgot about the skunks, Kim. Yeah, you're right. There's skunks too. All right. Aaron is in at 18. I see Nikki just popped in there with a 19. So we're looking for 20 or more on the pair. Let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Did you call them would you call them trash
pandas? You never heard that?
Yes, I have. It's been a long time.
We like to hang out in the dumpster, Jason.
I think they're cute. I think raccoons are
I
cute.
like raccoons. I have raccoons in my personal collection with my other forest critters, so I like them. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. All right, looks like Aaron had a bid of 30 in there, but Nikki did get a just in case in there. So Nikki, they're yours for 31. Thank you so much.
$15, Amy, $15. And I grabbed this because it's old and I usually don't find them with a lot of original paint on them.
Wow, that's a lot of paint.
And just recently I found a trinket box for us with this same lighthouse motif. And then somewhere else completely different, I found this plate with all this hand painted lighthouse and sort of, I don't know if it's supposed to be New England or if it's supposed to be the Mediterranean, but it is this sort of coastal scene that you can see. So again, it's one of these older milk glass plates. Once it's in your possession, if you don't like this scenery on here, you could clean that off. Okay, this is old school cold paint that's painted on top of the milk glass. So if you just wanted to have all the gold on the cat and the outside, you could clean that off. Okay, but I still think it gives it a fun look with that scene. But they made owls and cats, and I forget what other milk glass plates. But I never find them from the 20s here or a little earlier that have all this great Goofus style gold paint that they used on them. So it's going to be hard for me to show like any Ring of Fire because we have paint on the front side to it. There's a little bit that might show through the tip right there. But again, this is an older milk glass piece. I believe it's probably turn of the 1900s, maybe into the 1920s. So KP, thank you. I see you for 15. Looking for 16 or more. It's about 7 inches in diameter. So about 7 inches in diameter. And I do love that it has that much original paint because then you get to see all of the great detail that is on those cats and even the owls and the other ones that they made. There's a lot of detail that goes into the patterned milk glass here. And then later, these patterns were so popular, other glass companies, made them, but they never had this great, deep, rich look like these early pieces do. And then we'll get in here. You can see there's wear to it, but there is remnants of like mountains in the background, or maybe they are clouds, and it is a lighthouse, there by the rock sort of coast. And then you can see the ocean or whatever have you that is. And again, remember, this is all cold paint. There's nothing really holding that on except the fact that it's painted on top of the glass. There's nothing on the back. Sometimes different years, they would have a patent on the back. There's no patent on this. So I can't tell you exactly how old it is. I can just tell you that I'm pretty sure it's from the turn of the 1900s, probably somewhere up to the 1920s. So let's do a countdown. KP's holding it at 15, looking for 16 or more on the antique or almost antique milk glass cat plate. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. The little trinket box I found, like I said, has that same scene. I'd love to find a whole milk glass dresser set.
I've never, ever seen a plate. Doesn't matter what pattern it is with that much paint left on it.
I know.
That's
me
crazy.
neither. And the trinket box, it's crazy. It's crazy when you find these things and then you start finding other things. So KP, thank you so much. Congratulations. Plate's coming to you.
That's an awesome piece. I love that. All right, I have a brooch for my next round, and it's going to start at 16. And I'm going to put this out here. I do believe this is unmarked Weiss. I did find this exact brooch in a jewelry book that I have. And where the stamp should be, it's just plain on the back here. There's a circle in the puddling on the back where there should be a Weiss stamp. It's exact same brooch, exact same pattern, all the same setting and everything. I think it's unmarked Weiss, but I'm not saying with 100% certainty. But my book, it looks exactly the same as this one. And that one is stamped. But it's gorgeous black rhinestones, probably a morning brooch, if I would label it anything. But all prong set, and it's not focusing. Let me see if I can grab something here, maybe for the background a little bit. Nope, that's not really helping. But there in the center there's 3 tiny little rhinestones. Everything is prong set in here. It is gorgeous. I'm going to take this away. Maybe it will focus a little bit better. Okay, now you can see in the center here, there's 3 little tiny prong set black. Everything is prong set. I really like the style of this, kind of a teardrop or a leaf style. I'll turn it to the back, and to the right in here is where there should be a stamping, and it's not. But nice puddling in black on the back. It does have a safety clasp on the end that is working condition. The pin point does not extend past the clasp, but it is a really nice size brooch as well. Great for the season right now. Great for something to put on a hat. It is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. So that is the size there. It's a pretty chonky one, I would say. Black rhinestones. Oh, I just love that. I just don't see solid black rhinestones very often. If I do tend to pick those out over something else. But we'll go ahead and bring that back. We'll get Jason going. We just have a couple more rounds left, you guys, and then we'll do a recap.
$18, Amy, and I thought you could work this in. Yep, you got a bid. You got a couple
there's
bids.
The lag. All right, I didn't wait long enough. My bad. My bad. I know the lag is pretty terrible. I'm so sorry. It's hard to tell on our end because, you know, Jason and I, like, we don't experience it here until we see what the chat is doing. So sorry, you guys. I just didn't hold it on very long. All right, I see Cindy Lou and Gail both in at 16. Cindy's got the first one, so we're looking for 17 or more on the beautiful black rhinestone brooch. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I got some Parmesan fur on there, so I had to pick that off real quick. Y'all don't want some Parmesan fur with your black brooch, do you?
It's gorgeous.
It's a pretty one. It's not a spider. I wish it was a spider, but all right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Cindy Lou, you had the first 16, so it's coming to you. Thank you so much. All right, you said 18, right, Jason?
$18, Miss Amy, and this is from the 1960s. It's actually made in Italy, so it's like an Italian. I think it would have had liquor in it, so an Italian liquor bottle. I will hold my black here behind it so you can see there's great detail. It's like a early, like almost a Victorian head bust, and actually she has a name. Apparently this is Queen Elena, and she's known as the bust bottle. Okay, so apparently these are collectible. There is great detail. I thought this would be fun for you guys to use here at Halloween. You could put some different colored fluid in it, maybe if you want to. You can see that it says made in Italy. I believe that's its original cork here. And hopefully you guys can see the great detail on her face, all the way down to all her jewels that adorn her. You can see that she does have this low-cut Victorian-style dress on her, and it's just this fun figural bottle from the 1960s. I feel like you guys can't see all the great detail. It's actually very detailed there around her eyes and her mouth. They even have the detail around her hair, where she has her hair held up, and there is some remnants of the original. I think that would have been the original liquor bottle stamp or, you know, seal that would have sealed and held the cork. And I do believe the cork is probably original to the piece. So this would be fun. You guys, I was thinking this would be a neat piece that you could use in your jewelry areas. You could actually hang necklaces around her if you want to. You could fill this with maybe a spooky fluid, you know, maybe a different color heading into like the Halloween. You could actually use this in with your liquor, you know, paraphernalia if you want to. It's just a fun bottle. And I had never seen one of these bottles before, but apparently online folks really enjoy them. You could actually also put some hat pins in the top if you want to. I just think she's really fun and unique, and she kind of has the feel of the Victorian feel, along with something that you could do for Halloween. I know a lot of folks like to do maybe haunted mansion kind of vibes for Halloween. I think a spooky, queen bust bottle sitting there would look really, really fun in that. So I'm trying to tilt her and show you that you can see there is detail to the face all the way around. There's detail to the hair. It's very clean. It's not sick with no stain there on the inside, from maybe, water that has iron deposits or anything. You can see all the gems and the necklaces that she's wearing right there in the center. And then you can, of course, see the heavily detailed to her dress. And they call her, she's apparently, and I tried to even do some research on who the queen was. Apparently she's Queen Elena, and it's just an Italian bottle. You could put feathers in it too. I was thinking it would be really fun if you put some fluid in it that was a different color, maybe with some food coloring, maybe put in a spooky color. My gosh, maybe you could even put some lights in there without fluid, light her up, or just use it as is. So it is very, very clean. And you can see where it says made in Italy on the bottom. And I do believe that she is from the 1960s. So it's just an aesthetic. If you're into Victorian, if you're into head busts,
Cool.
maybe again, if you're doing some kind of spooky, haunted house kind of vibe. But then as I was writing my things up today, I thought this would be really neat. And it's a very hardy bottle. Like you could just hang necklaces around her if you want to. And one more thing before I sit it to the side. If you guys remember those candles that folks used to use in the 60s,
The drip candles.
I think this would be really, really cool. I know we have a lot of creative folks that hang out with us, as if you had, because it is just the right size, where you could probably shave down one of those candles. You could fit one of those candles in. If you left some of the spooky wax kind of melt down around her, I just think it would be a really, really fun thing to do. Some cotton and fair. You're exactly right, Renee. Mm-hmm. And you could backlight her too as well. It's just some different things you could do. Like maybe that'll show you the details on the face a little bit more. If you just filled her up, I think it'd be really, really fun, something different. And it's a bottle I had never seen before. So we'll put it to the side and we'll keep it going.
I've never seen a bottle like that either. That's very
I just thought it was different. Not manly. It looked real
feminine. Haunted Mansion. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that too. Like on a stack of books with spider lips. Yep. I see the vision. All right. I have some kitties for my next round. Meow, meow. And these are, they look like they are figurines, but they're actually teeny little shakers. And I did just get these over the weekend. And these are made by UNESCO. So similar to the smaller little raccoon friend made by UNESCO. But these little kittens, they have those little applied whiskers. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. I don't know if I've ever had a pair of these. I know that they come in different colors, different kinds of cats, but they are shakers. So here's the foil stickers. They are kind of worn on the back. They do have cork bottoms. Okay. And they're very stylized cat. Look how long that cat is.
I love
and then this one's ready to pounce. So this one is in Parmesan mode right here. And they both still have their whiskers intact. Here's the foil sticker for the other one. So you can see that they do have holes on the back. But they're not super large. They do both have their stoppers. 3 and 3 by 2, and 3 by 2.5 is the sizing. So very different. I like that they did different poses on them because kittens never sit still. They're always moving and doing different poses. Yes, they're very cute. And I can think of at least 2 other colorways that they made these tiny cat shakers in. But there might be more than that. I don't know if there's all black. I haven't seen all black ones, but you can see like size wise, they're not super large. I'm going to show you that black cat, that Shafford black cat. Like this, I would call like a standard size shaker. Do you see how much smaller? It's so cute. And these I think would fit on a smaller space too, like a printer's tray, because they're not super wide either. I think they could fit in a smaller little area if you don't have a whole lot of room.
I have these, and they read more like figurines than shakers. So these you could actually mix in with your miniatures.
You'd really have to refill them a lot because I don't think that they hold a lot of salt and pepper.
Agreed.
I really enjoy that they took the extra time to do the little applied whiskers.
They did.
That just makes me my kitschy heart happy. But we'll bring those guys back And we'll get Jason going. And I think we have one more round. Oh,
You got
Wanda.
Wanda.
Yeah. All right. We'll come back. That lag. It's hard to navigate it tonight. All right, let's count them down. We're looking for 15 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow meow. Bid end. There's no chips or repairs. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but there's no damage on them. And they're not high gloss either. They're more of like that satin finish. All right. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Wanda, they're coming to you. Thank you so much. All right, Jason.
$18, Amy. And this guy has some repairs. Okay. So he has some repairs, but he's a great color for Halloween, and he is a desirable sculpt of pixies. So, but I'm sure that I can ship him to you safely. But you can see the way he sits, it's very hard to see where the repairs are, okay? So that's why I waited so long to bring him. He is heavily repaired, but these sculpts are so doggone collectible. He has been decapitated at one point, okay? But you can see from the front, it is super hard to see until you spin it around here to the side, and you can see some of the white. Now, the way these are airbrushed, a lot of times you see white. So the repair, I think, is very, very good. You don't really see it when you spin it around. You got to tilt it to see that there's some glue residue there. So he was beheaded, and then here's what you can see from the front side. But again, he is this super solar, like neon lime green, and would look great for Halloween. Now, he does have a foot repair, so you can see the lines there. So there is a foot repair, but again, these are super collectible. I remember, God, at one time, these were bringing over $125 every time one came, available for sale. They are in this sculpt sitting, and then there's a standing one, and then there's one kind of sitting a little bit different. And they come in all different colors for all different seasons that you could use them for, and they are large. So $18. Yes, I know he has some damage, but he's a harder color to find. This is the first time I have ever found one in this lime green. He sort of kind of wants to glow a little bit under black light, but you get more of the purple coming through than you do any real, glow effect. Other than those repairs, he doesn't look like he has any other condition issues. A lot of times when we sell these pieces that have the airbrushing, there's big, huge streaks of white that's missing. There is really no paint wear to him whatsoever. He would have either been stamped or had a Japan sticker on the bottom. There is none there. But I mean, honest to Pete, you sit this guy in your display, someone's going to have to pick him up and really, really look to try to find the damage.
He's made by Brins, Minx.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, by Brins. And there's no chips to the ears, but he has been decapitated, and somebody loved him. That was a lot of work.
They saved him. They glued him back together because they saved him.
To put him back together would have taken some work. And I was thinking, I know we have a lot of crafty friends in the chat. Maybe if you didn't like that, you could put rhinestones around. Maybe you could do something different at the foot. But honestly, I feel confident I can ship him to you safely. And in your display, you ain't going to see him. And if you don't want to pay the high prices that some of these perfect ones bring, this would be a great introductory one. So he measures 6 inches tall. So at the tallest point, he is 6 inches. And he is 7 inches long. So there was a time that I coveted these, and I wouldn't sell these because I love the sculpt. This is probably one of my favorite pixies, but we've sold a lot of ours off. So, and I just thought it would be fun. Like if you had a stack of old books, maybe put him on that. He's very just Halloween color. So thank you so much, Dennis, for the bid. I see you back at 23. Cindy Lou, thank you for the 22. And again, just note there's 2 foot repairs, and then there's a repair here around the neck, okay? Let's do a countdown on him, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Melanie, you hit the nail on the head. And the ear ratio. I think the ear ratio for pixies for me is where I decide if I like them or not. And the fact that that ear is almost as big as his head, I'm here for that.
You can get all the good cable channels with those ears.
You're true. I mean, he's listening to music out of Canada right now that I can't even hear with those antenna ears. Let me tell you what, he can hear what Gavin's playing up there in Canada. So there is our bid end. So on both devices, Dennis, he's coming to you. Thank you so much. Congratulations,
Dennis. All right. This is our last round, you guys, and then we'll do our recap. All right. And I guess I had a lot of shakers tonight. I didn't realize that, but my last round's going to be shakers. And these are the cutest little owls. And these are plastic, FYI. These are harder plastic, and I do have their original little box. Owl, hooty hoo. So these are made in Hong Kong. And so I do have their box, which has the cutest little graphics on it. Kind of reminds me of Woodsy the Owl. The how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop owl, kind of. And then the front of the box has like this little tree graphic and little flowers and sort of thing. Made in Hong Kong, so really cute. So they are hard plastic. So and then they are painted. I think that the yellow is day glow paint. My black light is I need to charge it. But we've got Mr. Owl who is flirting with the other owl, and she's here for it. She's here for it.
She just swoons for him.
And I love all the feather detail because the paint really brings out the feather detail in these. They do have kind of rubberized stoppers with a handle. So it's flexible. I can feel it, like I can move the rubber. So it's not hardened in there. But they have their little box. And so the box just has, like, up here on this one side, there is a little wear to the box right there. But the packaging is just cute. So they just fit in this little plastic tray. And I'll put them, see if we can get them back in here the right way. The right way. There we go. They only fit one way. So then they fit in their little... They look really cute in the box. It's kind of like, I don't know. If I was going to display them, I would want to display them inside the box.
I love them in that box.
They're really cute. In their little tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the box just makes it a little bit more special. So the shakers themselves are 3 1/4 by 2. 3 1/4 by 2. I didn't actually measure the box, so I guess I will do that. The box is around 5 inches wide and about 4 inches tall. But that's what I would do. I would just keep them in the box. I mean, you can use them too if you needed to. Since they're plastic, they're a little bit hardier if you actually want to put salt and pepper in them. But I think that the box is so cute too, especially for fall time. But we'll go ahead and get Jason going. We'll bring those back in a moment. Oh, there's Caroline.
Gosh. Every time, Amy.
Every time, dang it. All right, Caroline. Let's count them down. We'll look at 13 or more. 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hooty hoo, bid end. A 1, a 2, a 3, crunch.
Have you seen that commercial I told you?
No, you told me that it came out. No, I haven't seen it yet. It's because I haven't been home to watch TV.
Gotcha. Well, the kid has clothing now.
Really?
Yeah, back in the 60s, he was naked. Now he's got clothing.
All right. Caroline, I saw you just in case you didn't need it, lady. They're coming to you. Thank you so much.
$8, Amy. And this book is rough. Okay? This book is rough. $8 though, when I show this to you, this is one I've never seen this golden book before. And the reason why I picked it up was I thought it would be great for us Disney lovers. I've never seen that it is Donald Duck with the witch. So again, like I said, this book is rough, but what it has going for it is a couple things, okay? It is the first edition from 1953. It is a letter A, and I'll show you how I know that. What's also fun about this is you can see how worn out it is, because it was a former library book, okay?
Oh, that's even cooler that was a library book.
I have never had a golden book that was actually registered as a library book. So can you imagine the children that checked this out and read it. Now, there is another condition issue. You can see how worn it is, but one of the pages is missing on the inside. But I did my best to research and to know that that was just the cover page, and the story starts on this page. Plus, I don't know how this got upside down.
Oh, it's upside down.
That it's blowing my mind how it got upside down, and nobody replaced the cover. The cover is still attached. So that's actually a that's a factory flaw. Like that's not right from the factory. So if you guys aren't familiar with these golden books, in the spine, and you want to be careful if they aren't worn in, you want to be careful when you check them. But the first edition was always an A, okay, for the first beginning part of the alphabet. So you go back there to the back page and you open up the spine as far as you can. And this is one of the first ones that's broken in enough that I feel confident in showing you guys. There's a letter A. And then, of course, then the next edition was B, C, D. So what you would do is you would find out the first issue that it was made. So this one is a first edition. It was made in 1953. If you find this exact golden book and you go back to the back and there's a B, then you know it's from 1954. Okay. If it's a C, then it's 1955, so on and so forth. So the best way to find out how old your golden book is, you have to find out what year it was printed, what year the first edition came out, and then each corresponding letter of the alphabet, that's how you add the years up to find out how old it is. And then once they ran out of letters, then they had to go and just put dates on the front and the front cover. So that's what they would do. So let me quickly just show you some of the graphics in here. They're really, really fun. Here's Donald in the back. It looks like he's eating, it's corn. So it's corn. He's eating some corn. No youngsters wrote in here. So this is one of those ones where if you wanted to take the book apart, you could frame some of these things. But Donald kind of hung out with a witch and got crazy. They had a party. They did all sorts of different things at Halloween. And then here's his Huey, Dewey, and Louie, the whole gang. It's a fun book, and I had never seen it before. I'm not saying it's super rare. I will say that if you find one that's a first edition and it's in mint condition, they normally sell for $30 or $40, okay? And it's your typical traditional golden book size. I also think that the wear to it speaks to the season. It's kind of the thing, and it just has a fun look. So thank you, Robin. I did see your bid, MJ. We're looking for 10 or more on the original 1953 first edition Donald Duck and the Witch. A page is missing. There is the front cover on the inside is upside down. And it was a library book. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. You're exactly right, Minx. Then there are some with the annoying Roman numerals. But thanks to Google now, you put it in, wham, bam, it tells you what it is. But again, it's fun, and I think you just put that in your Halloween display. You kind of want it a little worn. You don't want it perfect for Halloween. So thank you, Robin, for the just in case. MJ, I see your just in case. There's Karen G's bid end. So Robin, it's yours for $15. Thank you so much. Thank you both, ladies.
And welcome, Relic. Thanks for popping in. Say hello. All right. I'm going to get us both up here. We're going to move into our recap. So we are going to bring back items that didn't find a home the first time around. Maybe you were not here and you missed it, but we're going to bring them back. So we will briefly talk about each item again. Note if there's any kind of issues. We will tell you the price, and we will tell you what to type into the chat to claim it. So these are going to be claims, and we will give it a moment, hopefully enough moments to account for the lag. And if there's more than one person that is trying to claim the same item, we will then turn it back into a bid round. If there's a tie, to break that tie, just in case this can be in play, just like a regular round. So just make sure to type in the item plus the price if you want to claim something, so that we know what you are trying to claim, unless there's things that are like the same price. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Multiple items at the same price. So claims, unless there's more than one person interested, and then we'll go back to a bid round. Jason, I will get you over here. I have one thing, so you can go ahead and do yours. And
Amy, you might as well go down to the bathroom and I'm gonna be here for a little bit. So I had my inflatable pumpkin made in Taiwan. It's been holding air for a couple days, so I don't think we have any leaks. These can be very collectible. It does have its original little hanger on it still. It does say Taiwan around the spout there where you blow it up. It is double-sided. It's some Halloween kitsch fun. It is $14. If anybody is interested, you can put pumpkin, $14, and it would be yours. It measures 11 inches wide, so it's roughly about 11 inches in diameter. So you can
Jason, I forgot to mention,
yes.
If anybody's watching on the recap and you want to email and check in something is still available, make sure to do that in a timely fashion if you are interested in something. I see Karen is claiming your pumpkin.
You got it, Miss Karen G. And I still got your other box. We can slide that in there too. So I had, these were quick claims. Okay?
Oh, Karen wants you to send it to Misty.
Oh, all right. We can do that too.
Hey,
we can definitely do that too. Hold on. Let me make a note of that here. Boop, 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 boop. Send to Misty. You got it, Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I had, these were quick claims. I had one of these remaining. So you get the little paper treat bag. You get the napkin that is double-sided. And you're going to get the paper plate. All right. If I could hold the paper plate right. So you get the paper plate, napkin, and you get the little treat bag. That's $10. If anyone's interested in that, it's the only one that I have left. It is letter H. So put letter H, and that's $10. You get all three pieces. Okay, all three pieces. Some of them range from the 50s clear up to maybe the 70s with the bag. So if you wanted that, that's letter H. They're fun to frame. They're fun to craft with, whatever. So I had two of these remaining. This one comes with that same napkin. Come on now, Jason. Comes with this the napkin. It comes with the pumpkin bag, and then it comes with my favorite plate. Okay, they actually made napkins. They made cups with that same design because that little jack-o'-lantern right there, that's a girly candle.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I love. So I had two of those remaining, and they're going to be $10 as well. That would be letter W. Letter W, and I have two of them remaining. If someone wants to claim them both, to sell one or keep one, you can claim two of them, but that would be letter W, and you would get that. So if these don't, they'll end up at the holiday show, and then I'll sell it all separate. So you get all three pieces for $10. And I tried to take into consideration shipping on that. That was still below retail for what that was. So then I had my little whistle for milk mug. Then this one is made by the Chase Company. It's in very good condition. If you're interested in that, you can put mug $15, mug $15. And they made different ones, but this one is a little special because it has the little whistle right there. So if you're interested, that's mug 15 on that. Then I had my Siamese cats. The sitting one is $18, no chips or cracks. It does have the Made in Japan sticker on the bottom. So the Made in Japan sticker, he's $18, no chips or cracks, 6 inches tall. This one you can put sitting 18 if you're interested in him. Sitting 18 if you're interested in him. Then his little partner in crime. This one is standing, made by whatever company made the other one, because I think they were a set, or you could have bought them at the same time. This one is standing, and he is 18. No chips or cracks. Standing 18. Then I had the Italian bottle. 1960s. This would have had liquor in it. Maybe if I put the light behind it, you guys will see the great detail. Apparently, in my research, she is supposed to be Queen Elena, and it is a bust bottle from the 1960s. Stamped Japan. Has its what I believe original cork. Would be fun for the like Haunted Mansion vibe. 12 inches tall. This one, if you're interested, bottle 18. Bottle 18, and I'm not going to hold us up. If anyone's interested, you guys can go back and watch me show you the Little Miss Pixie No one's claiming. I'm not going to hold us up. Over to you, Miss Amy.
Okay. Oh, no, KP
I got
wants
you.
your bottle.
I got you, KP. Bottle is yours. Thank you so much, friend.
That's very cool. Yeah. I just like draped and necklaces and pearls.
Oh, I know.
All that would just be like, even if it wasn't spooky, but that was, yeah, that's another way to use it.
Thank you so much, KP.
Okay. I had, let me go back up in the chat. I had my larger bisque dolly. Larger Bisque dolly in glowy girl style, if you will. That's kind of how we've dubbed these. She doesn't have any chipping. It's just her arms are a little loose, but for the most part, they're covered up by her little sleeves. And she does come with the stand. She was 24. You can type in Dolly 24, Dolly 24, if you want to claim that. And that was what I had left. Thank you all so very much for sticking with us tonight. We appreciate you guys joining us and being here. We do not have a community share tonight, but that will be back next week because I finally have some photos to work with. So that's exciting. And it looked like a lot of them were fall related, fall or Halloween related. So I'm excited to dig into those. So don't forget, you can email and check if something is still available. Either one of us, check and make sure. If you're watching the replay, always email if you are interested in something. And thank you to Karen and Kim for helping us out in the chat. As always, we appreciate you ladies so much. And if you haven't emailed us your information, do make sure and do that before the end of the broadcast tonight. We would appreciate that. I did get, oh yay, Caroline. I did get several throughout the sale. I checked, so thank you so much for that. And I'll have Jason talk about what's coming up and why we are moving our sale next week to a different day. So I'll have Jason, we'll do my little shifty shift there, and then we'll get that up there. There we go.
All right. 2 quick side notes. Please make sure you're following Tina over on Whatnot. She's moving her sale around. She's going to be doing some other things. She's still getting her footing over there on that platform. So please, if you guys could, please show her some support. She's working so hard. It is Mother Tucker's Tina. Right now, she's concentrating on jewelry. She plans on branching into some other things. So please, if you're not familiar, just please go over and follow her. But she's thinking about having her Friday sale. If she moves it, you'll be notified by Whatnot. But we're moving our sale next week back to Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for 1 week only because I need to set up for the Vintage Revival Market. If you guys are local, it's a great market. It's almost a decade old. It's probably one of the best local markets around. It's located outside of Lancaster. There's tons of vintage inspired and handmaids. Come out and hang out with us. We will be there on Friday night from 6 to 8. There is a $3 entry fee for that night. Trust me, you guys, for what you'd have the advantage to buy or get your hands on, the early fee is worth the $3. Trust me, I've gone in with the $3 is worth it. But if you don't want to pay that, I will also tell you, you come in on Saturday from 10 to 4. A lot of dealers restock, Saturday morning. So there is new merchandise coming out Saturday morning that you wouldn't get on Friday. So please come out and hang with us. I think I'm going to go live at some point on Instagram and on YouTube to share it with you guys. And Tina will show you behind the scenes, and we will put out another video. And we're going to have tons of things. We'll have a lot of holiday stuff, just tons of fun stuff. So again, programming note, please come hang out with us next Wednesday here on Amy's channel for Fantastic Finds, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I will be next week at this time, I'll be done, but we'll be setting up our booth over there. And if anybody needs any information about the event or how to get to it, you can email us at the Mother Tucker's email. You can DM me, whatever it takes, so I can have you guys attend this. There'll be food trucks and music, and a lot of other well-known antique and vintage dealers are set up there. So you can follow them, and I'm sure you'll see it on their social media as well. They'll be there as well. So, Amy, thank you for letting me support all those local small businesses.
And I will get that broadcast scheduled for next Wednesday since it's a schedule change. Yes. I'll get that up there in the next couple days so that you guys can set reminders on the broadcast if you do the reminder thing. It's always good to do that if you forget, then if it works, then it
Right.
will notify you. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you more than you know, hanging out with us. We appreciate it week after week. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Look for my email for invoicing tomorrow. Jason will be doing his on Saturday this week. So thank you guys again so much, and we'll see you next week. All right.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
night.
Bye.
Bye.